Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam, thank you so much. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's so. Oh yeah. Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, in freedom, in freedom, peace and unity.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. Thanks for joining me this evening, and hope you've had a great week, and also you enjoyed the inauguration of the 47th president of the United States, Donald Trump. Love or hate him, it can't be dismissed. You can't dismiss him. He will always draw the attention. But based on the video we just watched, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under the earth. The topic is, was she in the wrong to ask Mr. Trump or the President Trump to have mercy? Is that the time and place to do that? The president have asked her to apologize. I've called her names, that she's nasty. And some people also have criticized her that she shouldn't be interfering in politics, or should not mix religion with politics. So that's what led to this broadcast today. Was she in the wrong to ask the president to have mercy on people? Remember what she said. One of the things she said, which most probably do not pick up, is the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals, and which is the truth. Now, in his first day of office, he signed a lot of executive orders. One among many is facing legal challenge now, which is children born in the United States automatically gain citizenship. However, he wants to cancel it by executive order. Take a listen.
A federal judge in Seattle on Thursday blocked President Donald Trump's administration from implementing an executive order curtailing the right to automatic birthright citizenship in the United States, calling it, quote, blatantly unconstitutional. The judge issued a temporary restraining order at the urging of 4 Democratic-led states, including Washington, where Nick Brown is the Attorney General.
This is about people who the President of the United States was trying to deny their lawful right to be citizens. And babies are being born today, tomorrow, every day, all across this country. And so we had to act now to provide back to the status quo, back what has been the law of the land for generations, that you are an American citizen if you were born on American soil, period. Nothing that the president can do will change that.
Trump, in his executive order, directed U.S. agencies to refuse to recognize the citizenship of children born in the United States if neither their mother.
So, if you've not been there, you really will not understand parents who have children born in the United States or who are pregnant and expecting to give birth anytime soon as a result of this executive order. Trust me, some others will be forced to what? Forced into labor. Now, I personally am a beneficiary of what? Of having a child born in the country. So I understand what that feels or the feeling about it. And that's what the bishop or part of what she's saying. But unfortunately, people took her words out of context, even criticized her, including Christians. Now, strangely, Donald Trump campaigned carrying the Bible and have a Trump Bible for to the best of my knowledge. So if somebody now say have mercy after you've campaigned on that ground, shouldn't you yield to such a thing or an admonition? Yes, every country have the right to defend the way they want to defend their border or immigration. We can't question that. That is not questionable. But it shouldn't come with this draconian and rhetorics that send fear into people. I've had this argument that we don't know people's circumstances. Yes, abuse must be prevented. Because why? As human beings, we're likely to abuse things. That is why the laws are there to prevent abuse. However, it can be done in a better way than the way he's going about it. Mr. President, I ask you to have mercy. That is a bold woman, regardless of our views or views about her. Mercy is something that we all need in this life. Mercy is something we have to show to each other in this life. So for a bishop to stand up, or whether she's a bishop or not, to say, have mercy, people are now scared in that regard. So that is why the question posed, was she in the wrong to ask, is that the time and place, or is that not the time and place for her to make such a speech? In my own opinion, there is no particular place and time to ask what? To ask for mercy. That is a very respectable speech she gave, as far as I am concerned. Very, very respectable. Now, we all are familiar with the statement, tamper mercy with what? With judgment. This is often used what? In the court of law, where they say tamper mercy with what? With judgment. So, is that not invariably what she's saying? Her speech, as far as I'm concerned, is what is classed as Hail Mary, the last ditch. When a criminal who has been sentenced to death or by injection, they often try every possible best in the last minute to say, you know what, let's reach out what to the governor. Only the governor can override this thing. So, is what she said bad? At the time she said it, is it bad? Is it a wrong place for her to say for her to ask address the president and the vice president and everyone sitting there, what? To have mercy. She didn't just mention one, she went to mention a lot. Gay and lesbians, immigrants, everything you can think of. These are the people that that clean our plates and everything. They work under the table to survive, to make ends meet. Some have left the country. One of the executive order, I think, which he passed also is catch and arrest. So the moment you are arrested, you are stopped, and they find whatever you don't have your papers or whatever it is, they arrest you immediately. And care is not taken. You will be deported. Like I said again for the record, every country is within their right to protect their border. That is not open for argument. But in the process, they have to tamper mercy with what? With judgment. Strangers build nations. Immigrants build nations. What you should avoid is the abuse of it. That is what should be presented. Okay? So whether she's a transgender bishop or not, everyone deserves mercy. Anyone can ask for mercy. Even if she's as a transgender bishop, she can go to God and ask God for mercy, and God will grant her mercy. So the issue is not whether she's transgender or not. That's not the basis of this topic. The issue is not whether she's transgender bishop or not. You don't have to embrace it. We don't have to embrace it. Those who will embrace it, and those who will not embrace it will not embrace it. And I keep saying this, if we look at ourselves very well, there are 1,000 things another person will not embrace about. So that is not the point. The point is, the question is, was she in the wrong to ask the president for mercy? And she did not mention just lesbians or gay. No, she mentioned almost everything. After all, a law has been passed recently by the Republican, by the House, to what? Not to allow transgender to compete in female sports, which I greatly support in the spirit of fairness. Because you cannot compare the energy or the strength of a man to a woman. So even if you claim to be transgender, you did not transform your energies as a man is still there. I support that. I applaud that law. Nobody saying they should not be transgender. That is their choice to make. Even God himself said, I left them to a reprobate mind to do what they wish to do to their own body. That's not the focal point here. So we need to look at things as to the question asked. Was she in the wrong to ask Mr. President? I'll play the video again for the benefit of those that just join us and listen, and please weigh in. I'm going to allow you to comment, so you can comment until got people to join us. Thank you very much.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
I ask you to help those who are fleeing from persecution, from war in their own lands. That is not just transgender, gay, and lesbian. So we can't just pick one thing and run away with it. We need to listen to the entire speech. She mentioned, and the people. I believe I heard it almost 3 times. And the people, and the people, and the people. So, was she wrong to ask, Mr. President, who invited Nathaniel Bassey, the one that sings praise and worship and have this Hallelujah nights, embracing Christianity, but took offense for someone, regardless of who we think she is, whether she's a transgender or she's a monogender or she's a gender, for asking for mercy. Mercy that we all ask for, either from God or from individuals. That is a context in which this question is being asked. It demands an apology from her. For what? Can someone tell me exactly what she said that is bad, and as such, an apology is demanded? Can someone tell me what she said that is bad, that he has to call her nasty? Can someone tell me what she said that is bad, as such, it's not the right, it's not the place, time to ask? Everybody was happy. In particular, Christians, when he announced, we only recognize 2 genders, male and female. That is not subject to argument. It doesn't stop people from being what they want to be. Even if you pass a law, if you pass a blanket law, you ain't going to change them. You ain't going to stop them, I beg your pardon. There are laws passed against criminal. It didn't stop people from not being criminal. So him saying, putting into law, recognizing a female and male gender only, changes nothing. We'll be there for 4 years, 8 years after that. It's gone. And that is what some people embrace. Permit me to use the word. He used it to manipulate, to cajole Christians. He used it to cajole them, and they were happy. Unfortunately, some of them, these ones also don't even have papers. Now they are all afraid. They're saying, boy, girl, it seems we made mistake. But I say we don't hug transformer for the one we did here, so we cannot, either by law or by the same scripture that it carries. We can't discriminate against them. That's just a fact. It doesn't have to sit well with you. Even if it's there in the Bible, you can't discriminate against them. You don't have to embrace it. You don't have to. Every day, some of us pray, particularly I pray, no, but none of my kids should walk up and say, Dad, I'm a lesbian, I'm gay. But if they do, what do I do? Pick a gun and blow their head off? No. I only hold them prayers. And what? Prayer for mercy. And that's what she's asking for. That's what she asking for. And that is the best place she can ask that question. She can make that request. It's a request. So, Americans, you are in for what? For the ride. This is just the beginning. And for those who have applauded him, defended him, even on this platform, you're all entitled to your opinion. But like I often said, opinions can be dangerous at times. Sometimes we need to have to review our opinions. We need to review some of our opinions at the end of the day. Mr. President, I ask you to have mercy. That's all she asked for. That's all she asked for. Now, again, for the record, every country have a right to defend their body. You ask, what is the definition of mercy? Did she clarify? I believe she did. I can play the video for you again. It's based on his rhetoric, what he has said over time, which is playing out at the end of the day. So, what other clarity do we need? What other clarity? Mr. Tony, thank you for joining this broadcast. Good evening. Hope
Thank you.
week.
Thank you. Greetings.
Yeah, greetings to you. I don't know if you watched the video I played in respect to the bishop. I can play it again. And the question is, was she in the wrong to ask?
Well, there are two ways to look at it. First, you have to understand the position of the Episcopal Church as regards, first of all, gay rights, LGBT rights, and that's the first one, because the Episcopal Church broke away from the Anglican Union in 1789 over doctrinal issues. And so he stood on his own. And as of today, they have ordained gay priests. They accept lesbianism. They accommodate it. So there are people who think or who believe that the policy that Trump, what he spoke about when he said America recognizes, or his regime recognizes two genders, male and female, was partly repudiating what the position of the church. So some people have looked at it to say, Well, she is trying to defend the position of her church as regards, lesbianism, gays, and LGBT rights. But there are others who have said, listen, that if you look at Christianity, Jesus came for sinners. He didn't differentiate between the righteous and the sinner. So, as a church, there should be some accommodation. Because how are you going to minister to them? How are you going to reach them if you isolate them? Because Jesus came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So, but even that position contradicts scripture, but they are not saying that it is right. But they are saying that these are people that we have to reach out and preach the gospel. Maybe they can have a change of heart. And then on the other side, when you talk about immigrants too, the church has a position. In fact, a lot of the churches have become sanctuary centers, because they feel that it's part of the position of the church to provide for those people who have needs, those people who are homeless, such as those immigrants that we're talking about. And then the third thing is that her position, from what she said, if you look at all the things, because she said more than that, because in the interviews that she has granted to various television media, she did say that the church is a pillar of truth, and so we must speak truth to government. That in dealing with America and American people, you must also have consideration for others who are less privileged, apart from the fact that they are also offering services to the nation. So a policy of accommodation, of trying to embrace these people. So that's the basis for which you're saying, yes, they may have violated, some of them may have violated our rules, immigration rules, but tender justice with mercy. Be merciful on them as you apply the law. And if you look at it from that perspective, I don't think she's wrong. Just saying, don't just use the sledgehammer to kill a fly. So I think that's my understanding of the position that she's canvassing. But Trump didn't take it kindly. He called her names. The White House secretary also went on, called her names. He called her a Trump hater, a liberal, and if you dissect that, you will also know that when in Trump's first term, when he was president, when he went to St. John's Cathedral, also an Episcopal church, where Trump took a picture with the Bible upside down, she criticized it and said Trump was politicizing the church and the scripture. So I think part of that too would be, what is angering Trump. It's like you again. So if you put all that together, maybe you get a background, a picture, an understanding of what has happened here. But whatever is the case, I as a Christian, even though I don't endorse lesbianism and all those things is against the scripture, but I also think that there's a way that we can reach out to these people, and including immigrants. You can reach out to them and show them love, which is what Christianity is all about, not in isolating them and demonizing them and getting America to hate them by the rhetoric that Trump, has, been expounding even before the election. He has won. You are now the president. There's no need for politicking. You have won. You are a father now of the nation, not of Republican Party. You are a father of the entire country. So everybody within the country falls under your rulership. And so, even if you have to apply that policy, let it have a human face. I'm not saying that they bring disease, they bring their prisoners and all that kind of stuff, which is not true. He just released prisoners who invaded, who killed policemen, destroyed the property of the federal government, threatened the entire country. He just released them, and yet he's talking about prisoners, countries releasing prisoners and so on. How can a country release prisoners and people who are carrying smallpox and all diseases and send them away to another country? That's not possible. That's not true. That's politicking. We've gone beyond that. Now you're a president, you've won. Let's start governance. So let me stop there.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining, Madam Luke. I hope you had a great time. The question here is, was she in the wrong one for asking, I asked you to have mercy, Mr. President? Was she in the wrong? She shouldn't have asked that, or the time and place? Because like I said earlier, every one of us here, at one point or the other, have asked either God directly for mercy or asked each other for mercy. Was she wrong to ask? The floor is yours, Madam Luke. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wonderful. Happy New Year. This is my first time live.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And of course, it's not a Nigerian topic, so I will be here for sure.
We're still going to switch to Nigerian topic.
That's all right. You got my day because I'm not working, so I'm all yours.
Oh, good.
So that's fine. So was she wrong? I don't think the question is a wrong or right answer, wrong or right question. She has a free will, and she has a freedom of speech, so she can say whatever she wants to say. So I don't think it's so much as a right or wrong question. So that's why I'm confused.
Because the president have asked her to apologize, call her nasty, and some people have argued that the religion must not be mixed with politics, and she only made a request of being given to his rhetorics over time, and you can see that one of the executive orders he signed was to stop automatic birthright for children born.
Okay. Well, I have been a proponent for that for a long time because I find it ridiculous that somebody will come in here illegally and give birth to 5 kids and expect me to pay the taxes for that mess. So I am pissed. If you come in here and want to have 5 kids, you can pay your way, but not with my taxes. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry. I came here. I went through the process. I regularized myself, kept my legs closed till I could afford babies for sale or for birth. However, I could take care of them. So I don't understand how one person will come here. You know you're illegal. Number one, you have already broken the law. You are illegal. Now, what I don't understand is why this government, if they know they have all these fantastic jobs where people will need to clean the streets, give them a residence, employment visa so they can come and take up these jobs legally. But my problem is, like, if you're illegal and you're here on a visit, you have no business carrying your 5-month pregnancy, coming here. I work in a hospital and I see what goes on. In fact, there was our people that came to my hospital and had quadruplets. Now, those quadruplets were born prematurely. They were here for like 3 months. And each time they were here, it cost us $1,000 a day just for the hospital space. Who's paying? Who is paying? Is my question to you. Is it fair? And on the other hand, I do home health. I see our elderly people who they are limited to $18 of food stamps a month. People who have worked here for over 40 years. So I feel there's an imbalance in the whole system. Biden did a whole disservice, and I'm so glad he didn't come back, because I don't understand where the equity is. Where is the equity is my question. So you are going to take from the haves, which really do not have, like me, which I do not have, and give to the have-nots, who claim they don't have, but they're riding the system. They're driving Escalades. They're doing all the things they can do. So you see, I want equity, is what I'm saying. I want equity. But that birthright mess, it's got to stop. I'm sorry. It's got to stop. This is the only country in the world, or one of the few countries in the world, that does that nonsense. So if you're going to come here with your anchor baby, you need to take your anchor baby with your anchor self and go take your citizenship to your country. Because we are the one paying. If you don't pay taxes in this country, then you don't know how it hurts. If you don't know how your benefits are taken away from you, you don't know how it hurts. You make too much money. No, I spend 24 hours at work, and I spend 7 days in a week at work. But you are here collecting food stamps. I am so happy that able-bodied men and women will not be qualified for food stamps. Do I agree with everything Trump is doing? So far, heck yeah. Including pardoning all the people in the Capitol. Heck yeah. Biden pardoned his whole family. So good. You know, do whatever. My thing is that get this country back on track, because it has been backsliding for a long time. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll come back to you later, because there are a few things you said I need you to either clarify or put some questions. So, Man of Prestige, before I come to you, welcome for joining. Okay, I'll come to you. I don't know if you want to weigh in on what Madam Luke said. The floor is all yours. Thank you for joining, and Happy New Year.
Yeah. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. I think I heard what you said in reference to that lady. You know, I think I'm concurring with what Tony is saying in that regard, in order not to go in detail about what he said. I mean, everything that he said is perfectly right. I mean, I don't see anything the lady said that was wrong. In my own opinion, he's not mixing religious with politics. Just making a comment, you know. I'm against illegal immigrants. So let's get that clear, okay? I'm not against it. But show some humanity. Yeah, I mean, people that commit violent crime and something like that, you know, if you are here illegally, you need to be deported. It has to be done in human fashion. I mean, don't treat people like animals, you know. That is what I hate. I don't have any issue about the deportation or something like that, people who commit violent crime. But let me give you a statistics, okay? Because most of these are overblown. The legal immigrant here, the people that was born here, they are 2 times commit. Go and look at it. I'm not making things up. The data is there. They are 2 times commit violent crime, and 2.5 times commit the drug offenses. So the people living in this country commit more crime is very minimum. But I'm not here to make. I'm not here to support, you know, people who come here illegal and commit crime. Yeah, they need to be deported right away. But you have to do money. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I support the deportation of people who come here. I mean, we all come here illegal. Of course, there's a lot of Nigerians. Believe me, I know of a lot of Nigerians here that has come here, you know, illegally. Some of them are doctors. Some of them have made it. So let's be correct in that part. You know, I mean, if we are lucky, things used to be relaxed before something like that. You know, I think Trump is just, you know how I feel about Trump. So I'm not here to talk about how I feel about Trump. You know, I'm one of the adamant, you know, who has a disdain for him. I mean, he's our president. He has been elected. I'm agreeing with that. There's no problem about that. But I don't like the kind of person that he is. You know, I mean, you're a felon to begin with. So, I mean, everything about politics is just a mess up. And I'll be so mad when I see some Nigerians come here and say anything about Tinubu. After all, Tinubu wasn't convicted. He may have been involved in drug, money laundering. So you don't come here and give me that hypocrite and said Trump is the Messiah. Trump is your God or whatever, and you are criticizing Tinubu. What a hypocrite from a lot of Nigerians. I hope they come here. I know a lot of them. I hope they come here today. Maybe come tomorrow.
No, you're gonna wait in vain.
Yeah, and I will call them out. None of them is there.
No, they won't come.
Yeah, then I call them, one by one.
They
I have
won't
no
come.
problem with that. Don't be a hypocrite.
Mother Luke said something about the illegal immigrants coming with pregnancy and putting that burden on the tax payer. Would it not be the case that at a point these people will get a job, should they get their paper, and they will also pay tax? So it is a give and take issue. Madam Luke, do you not see it that way? You're muted. You have to unmute yourself.
I said, I don't understand what you're saying. We are not talking of people who come in here, are in transition, and are trying to get jobs. For Christ's sakes, they are not illegal. So you have all the time to wait all you want. So you can get your job and you can get your... I am concerned about the illegal immigrants who don't have no pathway to employment. And people are talking about mercy. Honey, my taxes don't cry mercy when they're taking it out, okay? I bleed and I sweat and I cry. So I don't know where that mercy is coming from. Yes, things should be done in a humanitarian way, and I've said this many times. Why is it that these illegal immigrants, you already know you're going to be deported? You know what? When I had family members, they wrote us to say, you know what, you need to leave at a certain time. Oh, we bought the nearest available ticket for them and sent them on their merry way. Why do you wait to be humiliated, bundled up in the back of a truck before you start leaving? Before Trump came in, as soon as Trump won, do you know how many people had left this country?
Yeah, but they left out of fear, but not necessarily going back to
Fear of what?
Fear of deportation. So they don't have. Let me give you an example. Before the new government came in, the Labour government came in, the plan for the Tories was to deport undocumented and illegal immigrants in the UK to Rwanda. And a lot of people left at that time. I received a few calls, a lot of people left. But the moment the Tories party lost the election, they returned back. That project was abandoned. But is there no, this is me just asking you, is there no leeway in your argument? Because you can't eradicate illegal immigrants. It's not possible.
Yes, you can eradicate them.
How?
Don't give them employment. Let them keep running from place to place, working odd jobs. That's fine.
But is that not inhuman?
Excuse me, this is not your country. What do you mean inhuman? This is not your country. If you want humanity, then go to the American Red Cross.
I'll leave the panelists to challenge you on that.
Wait a minute. Hold on, let me ask you. If you want
Mr. Tony, let us finish.
If you want humanity, go to the International Red Cross. Go there. This is not a free-for-all country. People work hard here. And then an able-bodied person, and one thing I like, you are not even mentioning, is that the fact that any man that is paying child support is the only man that can claim that child in his child tax refund. There are many things Trump's is doing that I really like, because all these lazy baby mamas all over the place, they need to bite dust for a change. So there are many things that are going to change because there are too many lazy ass people around here. And if you are illegal, you are draining the system. Period. Because by the time you have those 5 kids, who is taking care of those 5 kids? Who? My money, right? So when you're talking about mercy, excuse me, I didn't come here to act as a messiah for anybody's financial problems. I'm solving mine. So you need to take your butt. If you cannot feed those children, don't go on the beg. Don't go begging from the government for assistance. No. That's what I have to say. Legally fine, get your work, pay your way, but I will never support illegal immigration. I didn't do it, and I will not support it because I see who is paying for the fallout. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Tony, before you, okay, go ahead. I'll come back to you based on what Man of Prestige, the statistics Man of Prestige gave. So, Mr. Tony, the floor is yours.
Yes, I think I'm familiar with the statistics that is trying to give that he tried to read out. Just basically saying that if you look at the statistics on crime, Americans commit more crime than illegal immigrants. That's in a nutshell what he's trying to say. But let's look at this whole issue holistically. Trump is not above the law. That's what he's trying to do now is to demonstrate that he is above the Constitution. The 14th Amendment specifically makes it clear: if you are born in America, automatically you know that child that is born becomes an American citizen. That's very clear. That's very, very clear. So if we remove sentiment, that is the position of the law, and Trump is not above the law. That's why you have had so many states, cities, and the individuals taken him to court, and we see that some federal judges have made declarations insulting reprimanding him for that. For a lot of the executive orders that he put out are ultra vires, null and void. The court is going to state that as we go ahead, because 3 days he has faced barrages of challenges of people standing up to say, no, this is not Trump country, this is America, and we must stand for it. It looks as if he hasn't even learned anything. So, but that apart, if you want to remove illegal immigrants, people who are illegal, there are procedures. I mean, he has sent 1,500 soldiers to man the border, and he's hoping to send another 10,000 to strengthen the border and make sure that there's enough security there, apart from those who are already there. He has ordered ICE to go into people's houses and offices and churches and whatever to be. They've done that in New Jersey, they've done that in New York, they've done that in Boston. They're arresting people, if you don't have papers. He's doing that. Okay, so there are things that you can do. Now, from what we know, farmers are already groaning, they're crying that they can only last 2 days if you take away all this, because Americans don't want to work. They don't want to do the dirty jobs. These people come and they supply cheap labor in the farms, in the construction company, even his hotel. They employed those people before he became president, and I'm sure some of them will still be there. And they supply labor, cheap labor, and ultimately it transfers to us because it makes the final product that comes to the end user cheaper. Labor is very expensive here, so they supply cheap labor, and some of them pay taxes. So they are helping the economy. There are those of them who take care of our people at home. So if you deport those people and all those people, the impact is going to show in America. So we have to look at this thing holistically. I don't have anything against dealing with illegal, undocumented people. But you see, the way he's doing it, if you look at the definition, even if you are here on working visa and you give birth, that child, if you go by what Trump is trying to do now, is not an American citizen. Who says that? The law was made even before he was born. So who is it to be arrogating to himself the position of Lord and Master? This is not a dictatorship. Not a dictatorship. So that's one. Now, two, why would the woman be threatened? She has received threats. I watched her on television just for saying, Mr. President, please look at this whole issue, temper justice with mercy. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? That's what I expect her to do as a minister, to say, listen, I'm a Christian, you're also a Christian. And this was in the church. So that's the most appropriate place to deliver that kind of sermon. This is in the church, and he's saying, Mr. President, time for politics is over. You are now president. Please, this policy, slow down the rhetoric. There are ways to
Mr.
deal
Tony
with this.
for interjecting you. So the address was made in the church.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Thank you very much.
Yes. By Bishop Board. It was in the church that he made it. Trump was there, vice president was there, another dignity. So she didn't misspeak.
Hold on, my man of president. I'll come to you.
So it was in the right place. Trump was saying that she didn't do well. The sermon was boring and all that type of a thing. Because he won't like it. Because you want people who will praise you. But that is the truth. And look at the mess, left, right, and center. He hasn't even started, and people are dragging him up and down. And there'll be more, because a lot of those orders. How can you release criminals, people who beat up police people, kill people who were serving the nation, people who wanted to rig the election, people who caused insurrection? You call them hostages. You call them. So what you are saying is that you are releasing them into the system. Those people are going to go after all those people who fought against them and who put them in prison. They're going to go against them. These are criminals that you inject into the system. What kind of country is that? What kind of country is that?
Thank you, Mr. Tony. I'm trying to. There's kind of.
Can I come in now?
Yeah, Madam Luke, hold on 1 second. I'll come to you. Let me go to Man of Prestige. I'll come to you. Just give me one. Man of Prestige. Do you think this is, or do you think this is Trump, or is dancing to the beats of his supporter, his base, and those who supported him or sponsor him or donate, or do you think this is actually him?
No. I mean, this is who Trump is, and this is who Trump has always been. So now he's trying to patronize his supporters, the MAGA group, showing them, he's not going to run again. But let me tell you what's going on in this country. Let me speak on this first. In reference to that, what the priest said. Yes, he's not missing. He's not missing the religion with politics. He said that in a different forum. He said it in a church, and that's what a priest is supposed to say. Have mercy on people. Do it with diligently. Do it with human, do it with human conscience mind. I don't see anything that you said is wrong. But before I proceed, look at what somebody said on the chat. Somebody said on the chat, I think it was Daniel Tobe. He said, Africans are very strange people. An African went to live in Oyibo land, and it's acting like wicked more than the Oyibo even. Exactly. This is what some of Nigerians here are doing. They're acting more wicked than people that own this country. You see some of them here say, kill them, deport them, do whatever you want with them. This is people from Africa. This is how we behave. We brought our African mentality here, hating each other. Like I said, I'm against illegal immigrants. They should be deported properly, but let them be treated, humanly. And I'll tell you what's going on. Let me pivot to the American. Let me pivot to the American angle, okay? Not the illegal immigrant. I mean, we're talking about this 14th Amendment, like Mr. Tony said. He's trying to separate, the proper means. Okay, the black right, cities has always been here for a long, long time. I'm not for it. But if you want to do something, do it properly. You have to go to the Congress, and request for a process, the two branch of government, you have to rewrite the law. That's in the 14th Amendment. You can't just be doing anything, showing the person you are by just doing everything executive order that is against the law. This is exactly what Trump is doing. If you want to change the birthright citizen, which is already, I think British used to have it before, right? If I'm wrong, Pastor, you let me know. I think British used to have it before, but they changed it. They put it through the normal process.
You see, they changed it. It's because of abuse.
Right. People are abusing the one in America. People are abusing the one in America.
But they changed it, but still.
No, they didn't change it. They didn't change it. They say you have to stay. They didn't change it. They didn't change it. They say you have to stay 7 years.
7 years to get it. But the child is still entitled
Whether
to
it's
citizenship.
attorney, that's
Yes.
the thing.
Yeah,
It's not
the
like
child
here,
is still
you come
entitled
here
to
on a
citizenship.
vacation, and have a baby, become a citizen. I mean, I'm not for it, but what I'm against, Trump has to go through the normal process, go through to the Congress. It can use an executive order. It doesn't work. He's just doing everything. Let me tell you what he's doing. MLK holiday, right? He said the federal workers are not going to observe MLK holiday anymore. Martin Luther King, because the federal workers are under him. He can't tell the company whether to observe the MLK holiday. And he said all the whole federal worker has to go back to the office. A lot of them have been working from home. Now he's ordering them to go back to office. I'm even more productive working from home right now. They've been working. Why are you ordering them to go back to office? Although you can do that if you are under them. But he said they shouldn't observe MLK holiday anymore. Or the federal, the federal government, they used to be off on MLK holiday. He's just changing everything. And some people here just praising him and everything that he's doing. I mean, it just baffles me how we come here and become more than the Igbo people. Hate each other like anything. But anyway, thank you.
Madam, look, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so I came here and I am more than the Igbo. That's just fine with me. Like I said, I would ask one question. I was going to ask the question, on what mandate did Trump campaign for? Everything he campaigned is what he's doing. And people voted for him. So who is crying? I didn't vote for Trump, but he's there now, and I support him with whatever he's doing. Because that man thinks America first. And on that premise, I will support him. I may not like what he's doing. In fact, I haven't even found that one thing that he has done that I don't like. People are saying mercy. So you want to set up a Taj Mahal, house the illegal alien, give them food, give them severance package. Excuse me. I like what he's doing so that before people think of coming here, they will think twice. They will divert themselves to other countries. Because the abuse has gone on for so long. And when they made that 14th Amendment, it was to slaves and Indians who were excluded, and all of a sudden has become I don't think they interpreted that law very, very well. And I think it is open for interpretation on so many fronts, and that is where the abuse is coming from. Now it has included every Tom, Dick, and Harry who is flying by. That was not what the 14th Amendment was for. Yes, if you were born here, but people did not think then that they will have miscreants from all over the world coming here to abuse the system. They didn't think about that. It was to benefit the slaves and the Indians so that they were not excluded. Now, everybody has shook head inside the umbrella. I just ask again, where is the equity? If Trump is doing that to everybody else, he also needs to do it to the white people who are coming here to break the law. That is the only way I have a problem. And for telling me that American citizens commit twice the crime, excuse me, you are damn illegal. What's your business committing a crime in this country? Are you competing with the Americans that have the country? Let the jail house the Americans committing the country. But as for you that are here illegally, you have no business committing any crime because you are a guest, an illegal guest.
Madam, look, but even the president is a convicted criminal.
Go on, what did you do about it?
The president that is talking is also a criminal. What is?
We'll take him out.
From the facts we are seeing now, there are research.
Your Americans voted for the criminal.
No. Well, hold on. There are researches that are going on now. I can send the link to you. That 4-point-something million votes that were basically votes for the colored people were disallowed. And and majority of those votes
disallowed by who?
The system. This was in Georgia. This was in Wisconsin. Hold on. Georgia. I mean, I have the link here. In Georgia. Excuse me. They took out those votes. Okay, and that reduced, and a lot of those votes were going for Kamala.
You know what?
So
this
let,
democracy that you have here-
let me finish. Sorry, I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point. And even Trump himself has said that the election was rigged, that Elon Musk rigged the election. So facts are beginning to come out now that there were things that happened, that shouldn't have happened. But aside from that, we concede that he won. I mean, Kamala has conceded that he won. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that, Trump's father, a grandfather, came in here as an illegal immigrant. Trump's wife came in here as an illegal immigrant. Trump's
okay, illegal. Okay, fine. When she was illegal, did she not marry Trump?
Hold on now. Everybody here is an immigrant. Everybody that came in here, apart from
nobody cares how you came in. Regularize your stay, for crying out loud. I don't care.
Fine. So that is what should be done. That is what anybody who is offering service and paying tax. Why do you want to send him away? Why?
Because what? Your contributions outweigh the benefits of the system. You are embodying our healthcare. And
Madam, look, how did you come in here?
I came in on a student visa. I was a student.
Very good. So you shouldn't be here.
Excuse me. What are you saying? I mean, that was 30 years ago. For crying out loud.
Oh, yes. You came in as a student. When you finish your education, you should go back to Nigeria.
And I got married.
Mr. Tone, I'm going to correct you on that. Greetings, everyone. No, greetings, Mazi Prince, greetings. Electricity, do I have your permission to speak? I know you're
No, you can't speak because I haven't finished my submission before I was.
No, I just want to make a correction, Mr. Tone, man. You said to Madam, look, why did she come in here?
Can you imagine?
I said how?
She came in as a student.
Yes.
She came in as a student. Of course, she's not an American. Guess what? She pays more tuition than the Americans.
No, that's not the point I'm making. She came in here as a student with a student visa.
Illegal?
Hold on.
She has the document to study here for as long as her program takes.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Now, if you go by what Trump is saying, if you had a child when you were a student, that child, from what Trump is pushing now, that child should not claim American citizenship.
Absolutely.
That's what Trump is saying.
Absolutely. And I closed my legs until I was a citizen.
I came in here with an immigrant visa. I came in here with my family with an immigrant visa.
You did what it takes to secure your stay
whatever that is.
Whatever that is. But what we're trying to say, those who are illegals, why should they give birth and their child become automatically citizens?
Thank you.
We don't want that. I have to
excuse me. That policy.
United States residents. I didn't come in as an immigrant. I was born here.
Excuse me. America is not the only country where, first of all, we have said that there's a constitution. A country without a constitution, a leader that does not follow the constitution of his country should be thrown away, should be impeached. He has violated the constitution.
Why don't you go and do
and
that
because
in
I
Nigeria?
said so. So let us not support what is wrong. I mean, let us not support what is right.
Why don't you go and impeach the president in Nigeria for being inconstitutional?
He doesn't have that right. Even though he's the president, he does not have the right to do what he's doing.
In America, you want to come and prove constitution. When your country, where you came from, did not practice constitution. It's now you want to practice constitution.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining Mazi Priest. Thank you, Adama. I deliberately left it open for us to do the back and forth and make your point. And
please,
I also
let me round up. Please.
Hold on 1 second, madam. Look, I'll come back to you. I also want
No, you can't come back to me because I didn't even finish until I was.
No, I'm not dismissing you, madam. Look, just hold on. You still have the floor. Please. You still have the floor. No, it's okay. Like I said, I thank you all also. And for your information, this back and forth is allowed. I love it. It's because we still maintain decorum and respect, which is okay. I'll go to Mazi Prince. Then welcome CM. Jonathan, thank you for joining.
Where are you going? I thought you said I have the floor.
No, you have this. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'll give you 2 minutes. I'll give you 2 minutes to round up.
Thank you.
I thought I came in here before CM. I don't understand. I
No,
thought
I'm
it's
not
CM
calling it.
first.
I'm not
What is
calling it
going
CM. It's
on?
Mazi Prince. Mazi Prince. Then
Yes, let
you.
Mazi Prince go. Yes, I can
Yeah.
allow
Okay.
him. Yeah.
So back to what I was saying. Listen, I
Madam,
voted
look, you
for
have to set your camera very well because it's
half
okay.
and
Yeah,
half.
better. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, used to this half and half. Go
Yes.
ahead.
So please, I voted for Biden only because my arm was twisted in this house. And only because there were people with me where I was voting, so I could not cheat. But my heart was truly for Trump for many reasons. Whether it's a criminal, that's not my business. Because a criminal is also, in fact, most politicians in this world are criminals. For you to be able to rise.
Hold on. Why did you say you voted for Biden? Kamala Harris. Biden didn't run.
No, I mean Kamala Harris group or whatever
Okay.
they are. They are the same. Whatever those people are called, Democrats or whatever. I rarely ever vote Democrats. But because of the kind of household I was from, I did not want to put a damper on their parade. So I just mellowed. But when he won, I was very, very happy. Because I rarely ever vote Democrats. Rarely. Because you see this anchor baby mess and all this nonsense, encouraging laziness. I can't stand it. How can you say somebody will be collecting food stamps? An able-bodied person will be collecting food stamps. Anyway, back to the thing that we're saying. I didn't come here illegally. I did not have anchor babies. I never ever used anything from the system that I did not earn. I paid my way as an immigrant. So all you freeloaders coming here to think you want to come here and reap what you did not sow, Trump is waiting for you. I don't care whether that 14th Amendment go to the Supreme Court or whatever. Let it play out the way it's supposed to be. And if you have an executive order, of what use is it if you cannot use it? Is it not did he do anything illegal? He has executive orders, so he can use it at will, like Biden did. So if you don't like it, get on the next available ship or boat and head on. Kemi Badenoch is waiting for you in Nigeria. Thank you.
All right. Before I go to you, Adam, I want to highlight something. I want to be sure if this is correct. Can somebody correct?
Mrs. Lou, do you know the law? Do you know anything about law?
Man of Prestige.
Look at the last statement you just made.
Man of Prestige.
You think that it's going to override everything?
Okay.
Let it play out is what I'm saying. I don't care. Let it play out. I'm for Trump all the way. Let it play out.
Hold on. Man of Prestige. I don't mind the floor. Thank you.
I thought Mazi Prince was going to go. I can wait for him.
Mazi Prince, go ahead.
Mazi Prince, go ahead, sir.
It looks like electricity. It looks like electricity is kind of confused today.
Mr. Okay, there was sir.
Good evening. Good evening, Madam Luke, you are my sister, you know. But at the same time, in as much as I wouldn't go hard on you, but let me just state some facts. The truth be said, yes, some people are abusing that is it anchor baby you called it or whatever you called it. However, I have a simple question on that issue. The question I have: how many poor people from Nigeria comes here to have a baby? I don't think so. The people that do that are people from the elites, the rich ones that does that. And secondly, for that 14th Amendment, there was a reason why that amendment was made. It was made in 17, I can't remember the exact date, but I think it's 1786 or whatever it is.
150 years ago.
Yes, based on the fact that they said that even the blacks after the slave trade should not be recognized as citizens. And people went haywire and said, what is going on? These are people who you brought here, who did all the works, did everything, and now you say you gave them freedom, but they cannot be citizens. those things, that thing went through a lot before they now said, you know what? Once you you did you naturalize, or you are born here, you become automatic citizen. You know, but look, everyone pays taxes, but guess what? The taxes used on poor people here, the percentage of taxes used on poor people is less than what.
I beg go. Wait, somebody's asking, what did you do after you were a student? Maybe that person
Wow.
not hear English.
But I
I
look,
got
but I look,
married.
but I look. If you look at comments today, we will not go.
I
We will
got
not
married.
go.
So if you are illegal, go and get
Can
married.
you
Period.
please,
But I look. If you look at comments today, we will not go. So my own is, do you know that they spend more of our taxes in fighting wars than even helping the poor people? And let's be patois about the immigrants. Do I want to be happy that a Mexican is being sent home? No. Do I want to be happy that somebody from Guatemala, somebody from El Salvador is being sent home? No. Some of them came here because of something that was happening in their own country. But they came here. If we give them a path to liberalize themselves, they will do that. When we talk about people, able-bodied people taking food stamps or going on welfare, it's even the citizens themselves. Most of the people I see on white powder are citizens. And they are Igbo. So if we want to do something, can we temper justice with mercy? That was what that woman said. Okay, let's even forget about immigrants. Let's talk about the LGBT, whatever it is. The one person in the Senate that is Trump's best friend is Agege. If you know the word that I'm using, I don't want to call the GAY whatever, now. It's an Agege. And his name, Lindsey Graham. Am I happy that he is in the Senate? Making law for me. No, but I have nothing to do about it. And then the person that is gonna handle your money, who is gonna be the treasury secretary, is also an Agege person. What do we say about that? Are we gonna tell them to resign? See, my thing is, I cannot play God. None of us is God. And just like electricity said, all we could do is to pray that none of our offspring will be that. But if it happens, it happens. Though electricity affects you when you say, when you talk about the T1. The T1, okay, understand, there are some of them that even come with two organs. So there are some of them that come with two organs. I don't want to dive into that. But what I'm saying is, as long as they are not doing anything wrong, why don't we leave them alone and allow God to be the judge? Can we just leave people alone to live their lives? Some people will say, "Oh, my children at school, they teach them." Parenting starts from home. Have a relationship with your kids. My children, every day they come back from school, I ask them what they teach them, and we talk about it. If it's something that I don't like, I tell them. I try to show them the way. Train up your child in the way that he should go. That when he grows up, he will abide by that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Madam,
Thank you.
one more thing, Madam Luke. It looks like say just LOL. I don't mean a bad way. Oh. It be like say God done the punish una small small. You don't carry snow, come they slap on the face anyhow. Eh?
Okay.
More than manage am
All right.
small.
Thank you. Adama, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to make a disclaimer in regards to the video you played regarding that bishop. She's a married woman with 2 kids. And I think we need to be very careful of judging people just based on how they look without even knowing anything about the background. Because I see people saying in the comment section, she's a trans, she's a lesbian. She's none of those things. It's just her haircut, it's her looks. It's just like you see the way my hair look now, automatically you have one narrative about me when you don't know me personally. So let's be careful on that. She's not a lesbian. She's not a trans, she's a married woman. So let's make that clear. In regards to the statement she made on the in church, I don't have a problem with it. And like just Mazi Prince said, please leave people alone. You don't have to understand their sexuality, whatever their lifestyle is, so long as they're not hurting anybody. Just because you don't believe in it, God has not given any one of us the parameter to judge anyone because every one of us here are with sins. A lot of us do more than the lesbians and gays if you want to go by sins. So let's be careful how we point our fingers because the other four is pointing back at us. In regards to the bats thing, um, I wish Uncle KJ is here. Trump, please do whatever you want with us. We can handle it. I say United States is like an elastic band. However you stretch us, we'll come back again together. So please, the people elected him. They knew what they wanted. They are going to deal with this for the next 4 years. Fasten your seatbelt. You don't have to like it. He's the president. This is a country where things work. This is not Africa where you just make noise. No, people voted him in. So let him do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't have to sit well with you. If you don't like it, please go to your local state government where you vote, you know, where you pay your local tax, your house taxes and everything, where you can change something. But when it comes to federal, he has the final say. So please, and in terms of the birth certificate thing, I agree with him to a point. Yes, it was in the law and it's in the constitution that when
Hold
you
on, hold on.
give birth,
Adama, can I interject
go
a
ahead.
minute? Okay. I understand your submission. I don't have any issue with your submission, okay? But my point I'm trying to make, there has to be a process. The law has to be followed. Nobody said, you know, vote for Trump. He's our president, and I acknowledge that, we go by that, he's going to rule for the next 4 years. Maybe the next president, when they come in, they're going to change it again. But we have a right to criticize him. It's an opinion. This is a free country, freedom of speech. We have a right to portray our own dissent when it comes to whatever he's doing we don't like. And there has to be a process of rule of process to be going by. Like, for example, I will just make this last statement. This 14th Amendment, I don't care about him stopping it, but you have to go through the normal process. This is a constitutional matter. You can't just circumvent everything. Use the president puppet, to dismantle it. It's not possible. It's a law. Go through the Congress, say change it. He can't do it. Of course, they are suing him right now. We know it's not going to be able to. Everything is not going to be able to work. But do it the right way. That's my main issue about that. Follow the law.
Thank you, man of prestige. And I really like you pointing out that. Let me make one thing clear. We elected a man who doesn't read. I don't know if you guys know Trump background. So I don't know why you guys are expecting so much of him. If you read Trump background, everything about him, you know that he's not qualified to be one in that position. So let's be clear on that. So this is a man that is used to paying for everything to be done for him. So how do you expect him to follow the protocol? Of course, right now he's drunk in power. He knows he's not coming back. So he's going to do whatever he wants. So all I'm saying is this. For my submission is for the Africans in Africa that have an opinion about America. Trump don't give a damn about you. Let's make that clear. So before you have an opinion on American politics, focus on T-Pain that you're dealing with over there, because we can handle Trump on our own. We speak, we know where to go make our report. So do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you
He
very much,
he
Jonaba.
has a cabinet. He has a cabinet. If he doesn't know how to read, he has a cabinet who are supposed to advise him. And then there's the legislature, the various arms of government. He doesn't have to just wake up one day because he's hungry or because he doesn't like somebody's face and he'll be doing nonsense. This is not a banana republic. It's not Nigeria where you have to do anything and you go free. So he has to face the music. If you bring
Okay,
garbage,
Mr. Tone, let's go by what you're saying, Mr. Tone. If I come to apply for a job in a hospital and you're going to be the one hire me, you're going to look at my qualification and where I graduated and things like that. You wouldn't want me taking care of people when I don't have the qualification to back it up. So the point I am making in regards to Trump is a businessman. Businessman running a company is not the same thing as running a country. Let's differentiate that, because a country and a business is not the same thing. So let's
Thank
be
you.
clear on that.
the point
Thank
I'm
you.
making,
Let me,
you
Tony,
don't get my
Madam,
point.
hold on. Ladies
You
and
don't get my
gentlemen,
point.
Obi.
The,
Trump
the
is not
point I'm
please,
Mr.
making,
Obi.
there are others here. I need to give them
yes,
the
just 1
spotlight.
minute.
Mr. Tony,
Just let
just hold
me,
on 1 second. Mr. Tony, hold on. I'll come to you. Just hold that thought. Jonaba, welcome. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, electricity and uh, yeah,
Sorry,
Adama,
John, before
Modern,
you continue,
Good evening, Uncle Janaba, and there was
CM, you keep dipping in and
Odima.
out. So your network seems not to be good, but when you come, I'll give you the spot immediately. Go ahead, Jonaba. Thank you.
Tony and Man of Prestige, Modern Look, nice to be here. I just interesting to hear our conversation. I said I should join in and see how everybody love electricity is doing. And uh, there's no cause for alarm on the issue of Trump and the executive order that is signing. A lot of it will be end up in the court. It will be challenged, and we will see the outcome from the court. Um, what happened is that uh, there have a cause to be alarm and fear of what is going on in America, the population of their race, and they see other race coming up. It's a human nature, especially for short-sighted people. It scares them. It's like going to South Africa, and South African people say, "Oh, you take our job." Are they a medical doctor and they do not get a job? Are they qualified for any job and they do not have opening for them? So it's the same thing when it comes here right now that some certain people, if you look at the other colors that voted for them, most of them who also came in here as illegal immigrants, and after getting their settle their status, are now going after the other people. But there is no reason for any one of us to worry. The system will take care of it. John Bolton was the secretary to the UN. He withdrew his uh, what do you call SS follow him because of security issue. Pompeo was the Secretary of State under him. He withdrew it.
Security clearance.
Not a security clearance. It's
Security clearance.
they were protected by civil by yes, but these two people were protected. They have a protection of civil secret service uh, because of the threat after things that happened in Iran, but he withdrew it. The point I'm making is that whatever comes, who he consign, do not consign, it's good for us to share our opinion, but most of his cases is going to end up in the court. And He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a very smart guy. He knows he may not get everything, but at least he appealed to his base. So there's nothing, of course, we expect rapid and some approach to the illegal immigrant in one way or the other. But end of the day, there is a reason why when you are born in America, you should become American citizen. Go and watch a speech by Ronald Reagan as a president of America, where he talked about it in a detail about why people come here, and it's not like that in many other countries. Because these are people who see afar and they understood what it takes to become American citizens. Many non-American citizens, green card holder, have defended this country around the world through the military and the rest of them. And they were not even citizens and they had died for America. It's beyond just a vote or a rhetoric from us. It's a deep and deep into American culture why that happens. And if they think its time has come for a change, then it is what it is. But then if you go to court and you win, that if you are born in America now, you will not obtain citizen right away based on what the executive order is signing. He knows that that is not going to work, but at least it will be challenged in the court. So all we need to do is to learn, and like I always say, let's project the future and see where our children will be and our motherland of Africa. It may not be where we want it to be right now, but what will be outcome? What will be what our children relate to? Or what are the change is one of the most constant thing that ever happens. So it's just the earth is just moving, but then let's position ourselves to be a beneficiary and be a on the good side of the history. As I wrap up electricity, there was a time in America and so many places in America today that they have removed the statues of mean people who slave master. They reigned in their time. Like I always said, if can you see any family today that will tell you that they are very close to Hitler? That, oh, we are proud to be there. History is watching us, and some of those dangerous things that people take into account, when the time comes, whatever you do by executive order, somebody else will have done it with executive order. And some of them that will end up in court will be ironed out in court. So I don't think there's any problem so far. But the most important thing, let's get each other's back and be on good side of the history. Thank you.
Thank you, John Lambert. Thank you for that. KJ, welcome. I'm going to start with you in the matter of the executive order for Trump to free
Electricity,
one.
let me leave. Sorry for interrupting you. I'll join you guys back.
All right.
Let me take care of
An
this. Thank you.
executive, one of the executive order was freeing 1,500 those guys that those people that invaded the capital. Let me start with you there. Do you think that is right? Remember, Trump is you're a staunch supporter of Trump. In fact, you're his right hand man.
Okay. Thank you so much. Everybody loves electricity.
Before you go ahead, welcome, Festor Osifo. I'll come to you after KJ has finished talking.
Everybody loves
Go ahead.
electricity. And Andrew, on this, as you want us to call you here, I want to thank everyone who has been on the panel. Tony, my brother and friend, my darling Luke, good to see you. And my brother, who is a man of prestige. And then, of course, Festus, who is maybe, I don't know, I've not seen it before. But here's if you may, let me start from this way. The issue of pardoning those people comes if you are a watcher of news like myself. You will have gone through all the process of the litigation. You'll have gone through all the process of information hiding. You'll have gone through all the process of one-sided evidence, not calling the other people. And then you will come to a conclusion that it was not a fair trial. For instance, there are many of those people who were in prison who were not even in the around that vicinity, but they were put, their names were put in there, and they're also in prison. You know why I say that? Because hold on, sir, before you begin.
Hold on one second.
No, you just hold on. Why I
Okay,
say that?
go ahead.
Sometimes we don't follow all the news. Me as a newsman, I follow all the news. I go beyond and everything that the normal public is receiving. And I've given instances on this show where you can go and get a better and in-depth analysis, sometimes unbiased or with little bias, which you can pick out when those things are thrown your way. One of those centers is called American Center for Law and Justice. They are lawyers. They present cases around the world. They intervene in when it has to do with human rights issues. They sometimes, try to analyze these things and how the outcome is and where. The other news, like I said here, when you want to get news on biased news, always some form of bias, but they will show you how much of bias is to the left or to the right. It's called the ground news. That's why you have to subscribe for it. The ground news will tell you exactly on who is on the left side and who is on the right side. Now, having said that, let us agree without, agree without disagreeing on the point that you feel they are guilty. Okay, let us go back a little bit 4 years backwards. When those rioters who burned the president church and decided to make Trump to be moved from the White House to a hiding place in seclusion, what happened to them? Was any of them arrested? Was any of them ever prosecuted?
KJ, you said something. Hold on one second. You said something. You said some of the people that were arrested were not present at the Capitol Hill. What happened there?
Yes, I said so. So one or two people, and the news is not. I'm not creating it. It's out there. If you care to look for it, you can Google it and find out. The people are telling their story. For instance, if you care to listen, you can go and look for the man they call the Shaman man, who they said did all kinds of things. Go and listen to his interview, subsequent interviews, and the rest.
So let's eliminate the one or two people that you just mentioned. The one or two people that mentioned. Let's go by that argument. So it makes it 1,498.
No, you are making a mistake. You see, that is why I say if you want to intervene in these things, I would have expected you to also go behind and read up on the evidences of other people. Don't just take the bias of the news from CNN.
No. I'm not taking the bias.
So let me go back to that place. Let me go back to the question you asked me. The president of America has the prerogative of mercy. He can pardon whosoever. Why are you not talking about the 2,900 people that Biden pardoned, who were criminals, rapists, and all that? Why are you not talking about the family of Biden, who pardoned all his people? Why are you not talking about Biden, who pardoned, pardoned Fauci, even to the 2014, back as 2014? Why are we not talking about that? Why are we not talking about that? Is that not what being given?
Can I come in here?
Hold on one
Don't
second.
come in. I'm just asking him. Let him tell me why.
Hold on. Thank you for asking that question. You see, two wrongs never make a right. Do you agree with me on that, KJ?
I don't agree with you.
You don't agree with me?
Yes,
right.
Because
I
don't agree with you.
I'm going to leave.
Put me away
KJ,
for 10 years for a crime I didn't commit. Hold on. Let me ask you a good question. Those FBI agents, numbering up to 100, who were in the crowd, who are urging them on and setting them up, why were they not put in prison? Why didn't they put them in prison? Look.
Can I come here? I want to address some of the things that KJ said.
Will you stop that, please? Now, stop that. That's not good. Don't come here with the conspiracy theory.
Gentlemen, please. We have Osifo here, Festus, who have not spoken. After Festus speaks, then I will leave the floor open for us to do pushback and whatever it is. Then I'm not going to intervene or interject that much, as long as we maintain respect and decorum. I'll leave the floor open. It's interesting topic we're talking about, and fact and figure. KJ, I'll leave the floor open, but let me just quickly go to Festus, then I'll come back to you. Is that okay, KJ? Thank you for your understanding. Festus, welcome. The floor
Hello.
is all yours. I
Yeah,
believe you've been following the discussion, so the floor is
and
yours.
what's the topic of discussion or the question?
Osifor. Okay.
Festus.
Well, the topic is in respect to the bishop, so asking Donald Trump to have mercy on the people. That is, if she's wrong or if I just got to know, to be honest, I just got to know that she was actually in the church making this address. I actually thought it was kind of a place they're making it and this and that. So honestly, that shouldn't have been the question if it was actually done. I mean, since it's done in the church. So I think let's disregard that question because there's no better place to ask people to have mercy than in the church. So if Trump is angry, he can go bang his head against the wall. He shouldn't have come to church that day. That's his problem, not my problem. But nevertheless, the floor is still up for you to weigh in, Osifo.
Yeah, I think in regarding what the Reverend Mother said in the church, I don't think there's anything wrong in what she said. I mean, we go to church for ask for mercy, right? And in typical Trump fashion, he also said he demands an apology. Yeah, so that's who Trump is. I mean, all of this shouldn't really be new. We already know who Trump is. But if I have to circle back at what was being said earlier before I started talking about this immigration and deporting and all of that, the way I just see it, I'm Black, I'm a Yoruba man, I'm Nigerian. And if we Africans can't fix our own country, me included, not just that I'm talking, but we need to take the action. We're going to find ourselves in a sorry state where we are at the mercy of white people, either Democrats or Republicans. I think it's necessary for us to move beyond Trump, Republican, Biden, Democrats, and look at the bigger picture. How are Black folks being treated in this country? When we start to have kids and grandkids, is it not right for us to expect our kids to face that sort of injustice that Black folks in the US have suffered before us? So whatever they decide to do, I wasn't born here. Yeah, sure, I have the US citizenship, but I'd rather our own country be built well. This idea of being the first Black, we should be having this debate of being the best Black in our country, the best Igbo man, the best Yoruba in this, not the first Black. This is our homeland. We should have that at the back of our head. The debate of Trump, immigration, and all that, that's just completely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. That's my own 2 cents. So,
thank you very much. I'm going to throw the floor open now. KJ, I think Tony wants to do some pushback in what you said, and Man of Percy. And this is what I want to say. Somebody highlighted something about when we go to the visa office and they ask us, are we going to return back? And we answered yes. Either visiting visa, either medical visa, either student visa. And for the fact that we answered yes, and we did not return, irrespective, no matter what we use to justify that, we've already broken a law, which is the law of the United States or whichever country it is. So when we are throwing that stone, we should be mindful that at some point we may have also broken the law. So we must tamper mercy with judgment when we're making our views and our opinion. That is a very strong thing the person. I actually remembered now what the person was saying. That when you go to any embassy to apply for a visa, particularly in Nigeria, they ask you, are you going to return back to your country? We don't hesitate to say, yes, I will. Even at the back of our mind, we know we will not. So
are you talking to Madam Luke?
No. I'm not speaking to Mr. Tony.
Okay.
Don't
I just wanted. I just wanted.
Electricity. Let me make a comment. Let me make a comment. Let me make a comment before you proceed. Electricity. Hold on. You know that Elon Musk, go and read it. Elon Musk came here. Elon Musk came here on a student visa. After his graduation, he stayed for more than a year. As an illegal immigrant.
Undocumented, yes.
The floor is open.
Before he become what he is right now.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true.
A lot of people commit the same crime.
Hold on one second, man of Prestige. Man of Prestige, hold on. I want to leave the floor open. Hold on one second.
I want to ask KJ. I want to ask some questions. KJ,
you're in the hot seat now.
KJ is sitting on a hot seat today. KJ, first of all, you mentioned Anthony Fauci. Anthony Fauci was never convicted. That's one. So, two, there were people who were jailed who confessed to the judge in the trial that they actually did what was alleged, for which they were brought to court. So if you say that a lot of those people who went there that they didn't do anything and you're trying to whitewash it, you're only singing, you are throwing red meat to your base, your constituency, because we saw it in the video. We saw what they did. We saw people beating police people. We saw people, even the guy that you called, we saw him sitting on Pelosi's seat. We saw him with the flag. We saw people climbing. We saw the devastation that was caused. So I mean, let us hold on. And Trump and some MAGA people said no, it was peaceful. They were dancing. It was they didn't do anything. We saw that, and nobody would call that orderliness. It was total chaos and disorder, and they wanted to kill the vice president, and Trump endorsed it. So this is purely an insurrection. If it was in China, Trump is gone. They will kill him. He will face that sentence. If he was hold on, please. Hold on. So let us, fact is fact. These people were instigated by Trump. They led an insurrection against their country. They beat policemen who were doing their duty, killed some. Some were permanently injured. And we come here and we're defending that. We're defending that. The judges who tried them were not all Democrats. They were Republican judges who tried them and found them guilty. Okay, they had their defense lawyers. They had their time in court and they jailed them. Now, if there are people who are innocent, what you will do is you set up a panel to review those cases, and then based on recommendations, the Attorney General can do that. Based on the recommendation of the AG and whatever is the process, then you can say, okay, this one is just a small offense. I pardon you. I pardon that. I pardon that. But to make a blanket statement, release because you have the power. And then you are rewarding them for destroying the country. You are rewarding them and they are out now. And one of them has gone back to court. One of them now has gone back, to jail again. Because they have unearthed some of the things that he did. And if you listen to the judgment of a federal court, what's his name? I've forgotten the name of the judge, who was saying, even for those who are on trial, who Trump has asked that the cases be discontinued. The judge, when he was making that ruling, said, listen, I am not going to grant you, yes, I'll quit you, because I have to do that on the orders of the president. But he made sure that even in his judgment, those people could be retried because they committed an offense. The fact that this is not double jeopardy. You cannot, money was spent to try them. They obviously committed. How do you, if you had a relation who was killed?
Ask me a question.
Yes. Okay. Just a minute. If you had a relation or somebody who, in the line of doing his duty, was killed or permanently, injured, And then these people were tried, and they got what they deserve, and then someone comes and release them back. You think that's fair justice? You think so?
Okay, thank you so much. You see, one of the things I'm going to tell you ahead of right now is that I thank God for, if there's anything this administration is bringing to play right now, is that we're going back to the days where information is free of charge. You in your position cannot determine what truth should be put out to the public. In other words, anybody who has the truth can go to the public and not be censored by the media. So most of those who are released, you're going to hear their interviews as the days and time goes ahead. I pray that some of you who are speaking, especially the guy who is saying that when I speak, I mean, I don't know whatever you're saying, but if you are a follower of news, I trained as a journalist. I practiced it for over 17 years. So I will not get the same information as you are getting, because you sit and take everything you want to take. But I go beyond what you are taking to look at what is going on behind the scene. You and I know, if you followed those prosecutions properly. Now, somebody is saying why Dr. Fauci, like you said, didn't commit. If you didn't commit any crime, why pardon you? Pardon mean that you have done something that's wrong, and that's why I grant you.
No. You didn't listen to. It's preemptive pardon. That's preemptive. That word, preemptive pardon. Preemptive. It doesn't mean that you committed an offense.
You see, that's my problem with you people on the left. You find good words to coin what you want to hide, but when it's from the other side, it doesn't make meaning. You find good words. You say it's preemptive. Why will you be preemptively pardoned for a crime you never committed?
Because there was a threat. Trump threatened that he was going to arrest everybody. He even said that Biden should have pardoned himself.
You see now. You see where you're going. Does that make any sense? Under the law, you just talked about going to the judges have the right to do this, but under the law now, it's because they are afraid. Is it Trump that runs the jails and runs the courts also? My brother.
Yes, now that's what he's doing now.
Us face facts. You see, you people on the left, you are always accusing people of what you are doing. That is. I
am not a Democrat. I am an independent. I'm not a Democrat. Don't call me left or right. I'm an independent.
Just 1 second. Osifo and Man of Presi, the floor is open to anybody, please. You can interject. Yeah, you can interject. Osifo, Festus, and Man of Presi, KJ. KJ is the main man here, but you can interject at any time. Thank you.
Okay. Let me come in. Thank you, KJ and Tony. And I'm going to make I'm going to be very clear. Mr. KJ, you profess yourself to be a journalist and a man who consumes a lot of news. So let's be very factual. In American media, there's bias on both sides. I mean, you always come here, you criticize CNN, MSNBC. You never say something about force.
It's not true.
Can you tell me something? Hold on.
You're not following me. If you can bear me witness, I criticize both sides and I tell you how much bias is there. And that's why in this same place, I've given you 2 places you can go and listen to news that doesn't have bias. They will show you.
No. I've never.
And I said the other one you have to subscribe to it. It's called Ground News. It's there. Ground News. Go and subscribe and read their news. Read how they present their news.
Okay. Okay. Let me continue. And I'm going to come back to what you said, long time ago. And this is in the media. And if you want me to bring it out, I'll bring it out. You stated here, this was before the election, that those people that participated in the January 6th riot, if they weren't guilty, you said all of them. You said it was something orchestrated by the police and the Democrats. You said it. I heard you. You said none of them were guilty. You said all was orchestrated by the Democrats. I heard what you said, and the police. So that never took place. I mean, how do you come with such a conspiracy theory saying that what actually happened never took place? Having said that, that's your opinion. And I'm going to be virtual. I'm a Democrat. And I want you to be very straight and tell yourself what it is. I hate somebody. This is why I like Ekene. Ekene has come here and said that he's a MAGA. Everything he have narrated here, that you support Trump. There's nothing wrong with that. You and I, when you come to Nigerian space, you and I have the same political view, but we don't in America, which is okay. But don't be coming here and say
I'm not a MAG, I'm not a Democrat. We know
Listen,
where you are. We know,
listen,
we
man
know
of
where you're
prestige,
coming from live.
man of
You need
prestige,
to
you
be
are
a
my
man
friend.
enough and say,
And I'm not
I support Trump. I'm a
hold
Trumpian.
on.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Man of
I'm
prestige.
gonna respect you for that.
Man of prestige.
Yeah.
Man of prestige. Listen to me. I'm not afraid of you or anybody on this panel. Okay? If I was a politician, if I was a Republican or a Democrat, I would tell you that. I've never said that. I tell you that I'm a journalist, and that's what I am. And I'm trained to be able to analyze what data that I get. That's what my training is. And I didn't.
So what is all your analysis?
Hold on, sir.
Why is all your analysis one-sided?
Hold on.
You never see anything wrong with the
No.
other side.
You see, that's what I keep saying. You don't listen to me. I have criticized both sides. In fact, I even went ahead to say that even what is called the Uni Party, they are neither Democrats or Republicans. They are only pulled in to do what the bidding of the masters. How much more do you want me to analyze this before you know what I'm talking about? I don't want to put myself on the line because I don't have that kind of money or power to face what you asked me to put on the line. And I won't do that because if anything happened to KJ, you go there your house, they enjoy, they drink tea and they enjoy all these things. So me, I am just here to tell you that these things are not exactly how we see them. There are other forces behind. And that's all where I'm going to end it. I'm not going to go beyond that point. If you like, you take it. If you don't like, leave it. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just talking about what I've had. So let me say, hold on, let me finish. Let me say what Mr. Tony said. You know, we are talking about all this January 6th pardon or something like that. Some of the things that Biden did, like some of the things that the people that he pardoned, but it's negative. A lot of presidents normally do it. Look at Obama. Did you know how many people Obama pardoned his time? Criminal and everybody. So everybody does it. Trump does it. Trump did it last year too. Biden may have done more, but like people like Fauci, it's kind of preemptive because Trump has already said he's gonna, he's gonna come after them. Some of them was like Fauci is a preemptive. But if you're gonna come here, and support what Trump did about these January 6th riot people who committed crime, that they didn't do anything wrong. So I have a doubt about your journalism. If you have a factor about your journalism, sometimes you are very, very biased with your journalism.
I will not be surprised because you Democrats always attack the personality and leave the that's your way of operation. You don't face the fact. You look for the people and their personal character and assassinate it. But I'm not going to go there with you. All I'm simply going to tell you is this: if nobody did anything, there'll be no reason to pardon. The place where pardon comes in because there's a crime committed. Now, hold on.
Are you telling me?
I allow you to speak. Hold on. Russia is now demanding, asking the United States to extradite him to Russia to be prosecuted. Are you saying also there's nothing he did wrong that Russia will be looking for Fauci to be extradited to Russia? But however, you see, this world is so free. Let's not make it look complicated.
He remains innocent until he's convicted. A man remains innocent until he's convicted. He has not been convicted.
He's
not been convicted.
Hold on now, bro.
He's innocent.
Hold on. I agree with you. He's innocent. But when Trump was here the first term, Trump did not pardon any of his children, despite what you people said. He didn't pardon any of them. Not that he didn't pardon any of his relatives. Okay? But right now, all the relatives of the former president have been pardoned. But it's okay. It's not a crime. Even his
he pardoned his friends. He pardoned his friends in his first term. He pardoned his friends and his business associates and all those they were sharing money with.
Come on. Anyway, it's good. I agree with you people.
He pardoned them. The ones that were in jail. They were jailed. He pardoned them.
Yes. Yeah. Is that not the right of the president to do that?
Listen, we have to do things. You are calling Fauci. Fauci is not in the same boat with them. Fauci has not been found guilty by any court of law. So why are you calling him?
See, I beg.
Why are you calling him?
Andrew, I would like you to check this AY. AY, me and you know we made too. I don't know where you are, which part of the world you are operating from, but I don't think if anything has to do with news, you have any leverage at all against me. Please, so take it easy. Man, no face you. If you think you have anything to say, come on to the platform and I will face you. Don't be writing.
Please ignore him. Just turn off your.
No, this is the reason why when we go to invite some people, they don't want to come because people sit in the panel and write rubbish. If
Yeah,
you
just
think you
ignore
have
him.
something to say,
Just,
come on to the set and say it.
just
Don't
ignore
stay
him,
there.
KJ. We're having a good conversation. Just focus on the conversation. Ignore him, please.
An open
Ignore him.
conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Osifo. It's a free flow. KJ,
So
sorry, just
I,
ignore him.
I want to say one thing, then I have like two questions to ask you guys. One is I think I heard you guys say earlier that Elon Musk came in. Was he like an illegal immigrant or something like that? I also want to remind you guys that Elon Musk is white, right? First and foremost, he's white. So don't expect the system to treat him the same as the Nigerians or Mexicans.
He's an African. He's an African.
Hold on. He's Asian white. His ancestors were from Europe. Then two, this is gonna be like a question as to what was you guys' take on that Nazi salute that Elon Musk did? Then the follow-up question that is, why didn't we hear anything from the Jewish community or from Israel as far as that Nazi salute? We all know how Hitler killed about 6 million Jews during the Holocaust. And if, let's say, we say something like Free Palestine, we're going to get this kicked as far as that's like an anti-Semitic statement. But Elon Musk did that Nazi salute. What was you guys' take on it? And why do we hear much from the Jewish Israeli community and government?
Thank you very much. I don't know. I'm going to echo his this thing. I don't know if that Elon Musk salute was considered. I know a lot of people said it's like
it is Nazi. It is Nazi.
Please.
It is Nazi salute.
Go watch it.
I watch it, but I didn't make anything out of it.
Wow.
I don't know. It's an open floor, like I said.
There's already an outcry. There's already an outcry. There's people are already reacting. People are already reacting. In fact, you are reacting by even saying that, by bringing it up. But there's already a reaction.
No, hold on. Sorry, look. I said, why didn't we hear any reaction from the Jewish community? Not anyone, but the Jewish.
Before you go on, why are we discussing things that we cannot control here and other people's reactions? If they like, let them give a middle finger or whatever they want to do. What's our business?
Don't talk about, okay? I was told this like an open forum.
I know. Who cares what he does? He has the right to express himself.
Don't I have the right to ask a question too?
Yes, you do. But why are you eliciting response? Like, what do you think?
I guess.
It's just like Mr. Electricity started this program like, is the bishop wrong? She has the right to express herself. Trump disagrees.
Madam Luke.
Hold on, please.
Madam Luke.
Why are we flogging this subject and making this forum very boring?
Madam Luke, people have a right to express their opinion whichever way they want to. We don't have to agree with them. They have a right to ask questions.
Please, you guys, good night.
All right, thank you very much.
Madam Luke, why now?
They have a right to ask questions if they want to ask questions.
Please
you can decide not to answer.
Madam Luke, please come back.
No, KJ, hold on 1 second. It's a free flow. We can't tell people not to ask questions. We can't tell people not to. I mean, you don't have to answer the questions if you don't want to answer the questions. You don't have to weigh into it if you don't have to weigh into it. I don't understand.
I don't see anything wrong with the question. I think he's going somewhere. Was going somewhere because I see where he's going. It's just that I think maybe he just that for him was just an appetizer. He was going somewhere.
Yeah, why did the Jews not acted to such Nazi salutes?
You know why? You know why they didn't react? They didn't react because they know it is not a Nazi salute. And by the way, if you know Elon Musk, you know that he's always having an Israeli flag by his suit.
That is why I asked, is it really a Nazi salute?
Who are trying to pander to whatever the leftist media is saying. Well, that's their business. That like Madam Luke said, they're free to believe what they want to believe. But the Israelis didn't react because they know it's not. Look, the Nazi salute don't go from the heart to this thing. It goes up. It doesn't go from the heart. This guy said, from my heart to you all. Okay, and people have analyzed, and even when people are saying, listen, those who know how the salutes are done are saying it is not it. They still insist it is it because Trump news is sweet. Trump news sells. Once you put Trump there, everybody go and listen to what it is. Yeah, so the media, if you ask me as a journalist, the media is very happy that it's coming back because you can see.
Yes.
Now, you can see that there's news People
The
are buying them.
comedians.
People are going to the internet. So everybody wants to go and hear what is new, what is doing, and all that. And they find a way to spin the news to their own advantage so that people can go to them and listen. That is what we do. It's called spin. You spin the news to suit your media. Okay? So that people can, in fact, if you can even take it and give it a new title altogether. You know,
Bala Blue.
People think, yeah, you know, people think that it's a news story, and they rush to go and read it. Remember, the more bad the news, the better it gets more audience. That's what we are taught. The bad the news, the worse the badder, or if you're anyone like that, the news, the more people want to engage in it. Nobody wants to hear that Ada is a beautiful girl. No, they don't want to. It's the time we say Dr. Ada is very ugly. Then everybody go and say, oh, well, let us see the person. They say that is how the news sells. And these guys are in the news for business. They're not there to accessorize our desires. They're there to make their money, and they'll keep doing that.
So what are you saying, Uncle KJ? Let me understand what you're saying. Are you trying to say because it's Ilya Marx, and given the history of, why is it that when we see something, because it suits our narrative of what we stand for, you can't call it what it is?
Okay, are you asking me? Should I?
Yes.
Answer? Okay, now this is why I'm saying that. You see, like I said, I love research. And when I saw that move, I went to look for the old salute. Go to the video archives and look for the old salute of Nazi people in their big distance when they are doing their salute, how they do it. And I saw that it's totally a different thing. Now, I'm not one of those who celebrate Elon Musk, because I know that where we are going is not going to be favorable to those of us who worship, who follow Christ. Okay? So whatever you like, whether you like it or not, he's playing a crucial role to what is coming in the future. I don't want to go into that now. So, but that is what it is. So whether you like it or not, it's not whatever you're doing now is preparation for what is to come. So I'm not one of those supporting. I don't have anything against him, but I'm not one of those supporting. I just try to analyze and be as moderate as possible for whatever is going on the stage, world stage, as I see it, my opinion. That's it.
But how can you be? Why won't you support him? Because he's Trump's. He's Trump's man.
What Trump is doing that he have done wrong.
This is what we do on this platform that doesn't sit well with me. And I want to say this thing. Uncle KJ, when the election was coming up, he said you were for Trump. And I respected that.
No.
Hold on, Uncle KJ, let's finish. Wait now, let me finish. When I say, wait, sir, let me finish. Now you are thought things are not going the way you expect it. Now you're a journalist. You're no longer for Trump. Now we see a Nazi salute. We call it something else. We say it's like from my heart. It is a Nazi salute. Okay? Regardless of who does it, it is a Nazi salute. Stand for something. Integrity matters. I mean, it matters. You cannot be this side, all over the place. Pick a side.
Excuse me.
I'm saying. But you said during the election, Uncle KJ, let me finish.
I want to ask you.
Respect what you're saying, Uncle KJ. Please, let me finish.
Have I ever come here to say that I stand for any?
Of course, you said you like Trump and anything he does. That's what you said now.
No, I never told you that. You are mistaken.
Okay, so who did you support then? Who did you vote for?
Anybody. I've always maintained that I analyze the issues and I put it the way I see it. I've never.
No, Uncle KJ, who did you vote for? It's a simple question. Who did you vote for?
I didn't vote for anybody.
KJ, you are losing respect. You are losing respect here. Because
I know come back anybody respect me. My wife and children are respecting me. That's enough for me.
Let me just tell you that, because everything you said is for Trump. Now you are denying everything. Listen, I had exactly what Adama had. So
listen, I beg electricity, because I don't know. Please tell me, is there any time I've come here and say I'm voting, I'm supporting Trump? I always analyze both sides.
Electricity, okay, answer the question. Let's see the meaning of integrity in this platform. Answer the question, Andrew. Answer it.
Reverend,
that's how people came here and say I'm supporting Peter Obi. I was here too. I said I never.
Wait, KJ, hold on one second.
I analyze all sides.
KJ, hold on one second. let's be factual here, okay? In the matter of Gay and Donald Trump, you were totally in support of Donald Trump in that regard.
That is not as a matter of voting. You understand what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
didn't ask me about it.
we had this argument. We had this argument
And
where
I've
you
always
consider.
stated
Wait
clearly
KJ,
where I
now.
stand.
Wait
KJ,
now.
it's
You
only
had
3 days ago. You are denying your friend.
KJ,
3 days only.
KJ, hold on 1 second. KJ, hold on. We're not putting you on the spot, but you consider Trump to be
we are
one of the
putting him on the
special.
spot.
No,
Yes,
we're
him
not.
and
No,
Ekene
we're
and
not
one
going
guy
to.
in this platform. Don't say you speak for yourself.
No.
Me, I'm putting him on the spot.
No.
All of us, 3 of us, I'm putting him
KJ,
on the spot.
you consider Trump as a special. KJ, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
You consider Trump as one of the special people that, when God special people, they come to achieve certain things in life, which I disagree with you. If you remember very well, that I don't consider him anything special, and we were supposed to have that argument in the open. And during the election or the campaign, I mean, you outrightly, in fact, Trump was your man.
God bless you. God
Trump was
bless
your
you.
man. I mean, it's listen. Let me say this.
Now he said he's a journalist.
Let me speak. Listen, like I said, I'm not going to put you on the spot. I can decide to support Trump, and when I now see the way he's behaving, I will now say, listen, I am disappointed. I thought this person is going to stand up for example, I voted for Peter Obi, but right now I'm disappointed in him. I'm not going to sell anything for him again.
Andrew, what has Trump done now that I should now say what you are saying? I have never, and I repeat it on this thing again. I am for nobody. I take the matters as I see them and analyze them, and I default to where I think. I may have my biases. My bias doesn't mean that I am supporting that person.
Okay,
I may have my biases.
That's
a fair argument. That every journalist have his biases.
That's a fair argument.
Anybody who is writing a story have his biases. It doesn't mean that I'm in his support.
No, don't be saying it's fair. Don't be saying it's fair now. We've accepted you. It's your right.
Ekene has lost a supporter.
Even Ekene has acknowledged you in the chat. He said you said that.
Listen. If you come here and tell me that I support IPOB,
Oh, that one is a fact. That one is written in heaven, sir.
So I want to let you know, I'm not afraid to say who I support and where I stand. If you come here and say I'm not in support of the continuation of Ndibo in Nigeria, I can stand and tell you yes. But I'm telling you, these ones you're putting, I am just an analyst on this issue. If you like, you take it. If you don't like, you leave it. You see, when information is thrown out, people hear a lot of things. Even what we are saying now, if you ask some people to analyze it, they will give you their own version of what they've heard. I'm not going to get into that because communication is difficult. It's difficult, because what you say is not what people are hearing. They hear it from their own biases also. It's just like looking through a stained glass,
KJ, do you think Ekene will be happy with you? Yeah, just listening to you.
On the right side of Trump.
Listen. First and foremost, let me give you my biases. 1, I believe in God. That is my first bias. I stand strongly on that. 2, I believe in the Igbo principle. Ebe Buru, Ugo Buru. I am always on the side of justice. I will never shift. Not even if you put a gun on my head. I will not shift from that. And I will judge things as fair as I think I can. I may not always be right, but I will judge things the way they are. And I will tell you where my bias is. And I've made that point very clearly. I'm Igbo, for crying out loud. So is there any Igbo person that's not a Republican? Igbos are Republicans by nature. And I am full-blooded Igbo man. So whether you like it or not, we are more on the conservative side of things. And that's how I'm trained. I'm not going to change it because I'm on the live this thing and somebody is trying to force it down my throat that I must be a supporter of
Okay, KJ, what you just said, being a Republican, that is the moreover where you need to be fragile. What you said problem I have with you.
No, people are trying
what
to.
we are.
People are trying to force down
I don't
my
have
throat.
any issue.
We're not forcing anything down your
supporting
throat,
Trump
Uncle
or being a
KJ.
blagger.
You
I don't
come
have
to the
any issue.
panel and promoted
Hold on, KJ.
Yes.
I'm a Democrat. We failed. We lost the election. We didn't conduct the election politically. We lost. There's nothing to be ashamed about that. Just claim what you are. That's the problem.
No.
You make me not to believe any of your journalism. I don't even know if I have to believe your journalism when it comes to Nigeria.
You see, they have gone back.
Didn't you see how he turned the narrative from Trump to IPOB? Didn't you see that we're talking about IPOB? Stay on the topic. We're talking about Trump.
You see, Andrew, they've gone back.
Everything you said right now is like garbage in, garbage out when it comes to Nigeria. Because of their demeanor right now.
All right.
Gentlemen, please. This is my final thought on this. And I'll say that with due respect too. I love Adama so much, but I'm really a bit, surprised that you are putting up what you're saying. I will never accept to swallow what I didn't vomit. I will not do that. And I won't do it on this panel. Even if all the people say, because I have always made my point very clear. Very clear. In fact, it's because you guys even forced me. I didn't want to discuss American elections at all. Because I know that I have no dog. I will say this, I have no dog in the race. Both parties are evil, if you want to hear my opinion. It's just choosing between the devil and the deep blue sea. So that this person won is almost just, the other side of the coin. Both sides are coins. Okay? So if you know anything, and I said this last week, I said because of what's going on, I have said to take a free course on studying American government and governance in DC here. So what am I saying? I'm simply saying that as from where I see it, and if I'm analyzing it and you find that I have bias, yes, because everybody has a bias one way or another. But I'm not a Republican. I'm not in one of the MAGA people as you have been trying to give me that title. But yes, and like I said here, I'm Igbo, I'm indigenous, I'm IPOB. Yeah, that is it. And I have no.
But we're not talking about Igbo. Stop playing the IPOB card. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about our president, Trump, who you help elect, which I don't have a problem with. Is your right, is within is your choice. I am a Democrat and I'm proud to be a Democrat.
Great.
And sometimes I go independent. It's our choice. But what I'm trying to say is because he's only 3 days in the office and things are not going the way you think it was going to go, now you're dialing back. It's too early for you to start denying him. Embrace him. Give me that same energy you are giving me before the election. That's all I'm asking. Whether you're a journalist or not, I respect your journalism. But what I'm trying to say is anybody that's been on this platform know you stood for Trump, which I don't have a problem with. I don't think Man of Prestige have a problem with it. Or Mr. Ton, okay, we don't. All we are shocked by is how just 3 days.
You see, Adama, if you know me, I think, I thought you know me, but now I know you don't know me at all. So if you know me, you know that it's easy now. I don't pander to anybody. Never. I stand on what I think is the right thing. And I've said that before, and I will repeat it again. It's just 3 days, like you said. So even if I was his supporter, what has he done now that I should not start running away from him? Nothing. So I'm simply telling you that I am neither nor. I try to analyze issues the way they are, and I leave it at that.
Okay, KJ, I have a question for you now. I want to ask you a question, and I want to put you on the spot.
Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish.
KJ, my question for you is this. Please name 3 things this administration has done wrong so far.
3 things?
Yes.
I don't know what you have done wrong so far. This one is just a dog whistle.
KJ, Adama don't catch you. He don't catch you. He set trap for you. You don't know anything that Trump has done. Not one.
I don't. You say what you have done wrong.
Yes.
So,
nothing.
I don't know what has done wrong now. Please tell me.
Why are we discussing now?
My brother.
So why are we discussing now?
You have already identified yourself as Democrats. So whatever he's doing now, will you suppose say it's not wrong? It is wrong to you.
Oh man,
why are people going to court?
Eh?
Why are people going to court? Why are states going to court?
Listen.
Why is this
outside? I'll let you come in. Let me answer this question. I'll let you
don't come on. Your savior has come.
Hold on.
I'm here to defend you.
No problem. Just give me 1 minute. Let me tell you something. You said people are going to court. You see, that's the problem with we from Africa. We do not test our laws. We allow everything to play out. Now, that's the beauty of America. And I love it. I'm not going to say I don't like. I love it. If a leader comes and brings in a policy you think is not right, go to court and seek redress. Let the court interpret whatever the person has put online. That's the way the people grow. Not that we say, okay, the president has spoken. In Nigeria, it's just made pronunciation, and then everybody's running helter-skelter. No, because look, I went into an office the other day to go and work, and I saw a sign the guy put there. An unarmed citizen is a slave. That's what he put on his big door. Okay? And that is where the American think, and that is why you cannot play with their human rights. They will take you on it. I just watched a video before I came onto this thing. Certain people certain agents went to a man's house, a man's farm to go and arrest certain people. The man said, you can't come in here. If you don't have a warrant, you can't get into this place. We were talking to them, they were all armed. He too was armed. And telling them, you can't get in here. You have to get a warrant. They say, okay, we're going to go back and bring a warrant. That is a nation, a people who can stand in for what they believe. Now, there's nothing wrong. And there's going to be many people going to court. And I appreciate that, because that is how a people should behave. You question every authority.
Is it the eyes?
Okay.
As I went to his farm.
I don't know who they are, but the video is out there.
My greetings, everyone. I think all can see is after 2 a.m. here. I was trying to sleep and I was listening while you guys were trying to, gag this, my brother, KJ. See, if there is one person on this platform that will be able to identify who is for Trump and who is against Trump, I think it's me. I think I should end that position, right? So when it comes to KJ never, for a couple of times he has stated it on this platform that he is neither for Biden nor Trump. However, whenever he makes his speech, you will not be deceived or be told otherwise that he is leaning towards Republicans.
That is simple explanation.
So I know KJ with this one.
Thinking about.
Even at some point, I was tempted to ask him, why can't you just say you are for Trump? But I held myself back that day. I refused to ask that because I think he has his right to not to expose who he's going to vote for. Unlike me, that if I'm voting for Trump, I will say that I will vote for Trump and nothing will happen. See, it's 3 days, and these 3 days has been very marvelous, right? The impact of Trump's administration just for 3 days is very, very massive. Whomever that is not happy with that is free to go to court. That is fine. We know that people are not going to be happy with that, especially those that he came to flush out. If you are evil, you will never be happy with Trump. If you are immoral, you will never be happy with Trump. Immoral in the sense that you get involved in criminal activities recklessly. We were talking about, somebody was saying that Fauci wasn't a criminal. He didn't commit any crime. Why pardon someone if there is no misdeed? You pardon someone that did something bad. So Fauci did something bad. That was why he was pardoned. Joe Biden's son did something bad. That was why he was pardoned. Joe Biden's family and friends were involved in something bad, and that was why they were pardoned. Do you understand?
Gentlemen, hold on
So
1 second.
you can't pardon a clean person. That is a fact.
I need to echo what KJ said. I would like, then we can go on that. It's very important. Hold on 1 second, man of prestige. I just need to echo what KJ said. I need to play a video I made. So it's just to echo what KJ said last. Without dispute, having strong institution matters, as highlighted on the screen. If not, society will be prey to corruption in the strong leaders. And that is what is playing out in Nigeria and what in Africa as a whole. That has been my focal point, where citizens either challenge and uphold the provisions of the Constitution. The one I've always emphasized on is Section 68, 69, and 110 of the Constitution. These strong institutions don't just exist on its own. The citizens makes it what makes it possible. And that is what is playing out in the United States today in respect to one of the executive orders issued by Donald Trump. The bishop who admonished him is a citizen. The judge, the four democratic states that challenge the executive order, they are equally citizens. But this is not the case with Nigerian citizens. All we want is good institutions without making the sacrifice or putting the effort in making this happen. What we do is to continue to blame our leaders. And when we blame the leaders, what do we expect? We do nothing. We don't want to take responsibility or accountability for our own failures of upholding the Constitution, of doing our checks and balances on our lawmakers. I, for one, am a beneficiary of what takes place in the United States, even though I was not in the United States. So I understand parents, families who are in that situation, and that is what the bishop echoes out. Take a listen. All right. I just to echo what KJ said, the floor is open back. Thank you. The floor is now open to anyone who is speaking. Thank you.
Has the Kenneth finished what Kenneth was?
No, I haven't actually, because we haven't really applauded Donald Trump for his good work so far. I know that the Democrats will not be happy with his government. CNN is there, NBC and MSNBC bullshit. They are out there to propagate negative lights on Trump. It's a normal thing, right? But we should learn to accept defeat and work together to make America great, because that is what we stand for, making the country that we are living a great country. So that we'll be able to transfer that greatness to our Gogogongo Nigeria, right? Because we cannot kill Nigeria and come to US to kill US again. No, that is not, we Nigerians, we are good people. We should learn to join hands with a good government to, make this country great, other than jumping around with all those Democrats that are busy balkanizing everything, putting human beings down and taking the confused ones to be more important than the real human beings. As far as I'm concerned, we were not brought up to be confused people. We were brought up to be clear thinking people that don't have confusion on their brain. So Trump, so far, is doing a good job. Elon Musk or Elon Paul, whatever name that you were giving him, is a good guy. Whether you like it or not, there is nothing like a white supremacist. It doesn't exist in my dictionary, and I refuse to accept that. There is nothing like Nazi salute. I did not see that anywhere, because we all know that CNN is all about propaganda. Please, I always urge us here to please try to stay away from CNN so that you start having clear thinking. CNN has a way of clouding our sense of thinking and reasoning. Please, let's try to stay away. See, I'm just trying to help also, because the day I began to stay away from CNN, that was the day I began to have my own independent.
So so which one should we listen to? Fox?
No, see, not Fox. Actually, I don't listen to any of this.
Okay.
I go on. You see those YouTubers, those YouTubers that go to the grassroots and pick those news, listen to them. They are the ones that will give you the news. They are the ones that will criticize the government. They are the ones that scrutinize the system. They go down to the grassroots. Leave all these media. I'm not for.
I have a question for you.
Before you ask the question, Mr. Tony, hold on. Mr. Obi, you've not spoken. The floor is yours, please.
Yes, just a feedback for KJ. Anyway, I want to assume that each time I see you anchoring the program, I want to hop in, even if I'm on duty or not, because you appeal to good sense of judgment. Before now, so when this politics started driving, it started to, narrow down to a specific direction, which, we have diverse people here with diverse ideology, with diverse information processing, So if I look somebody like Dr. Damages, technically I would call him a Democrat or independent or whatever, but he doesn't push the narrative in the platform as an anchor. Just a feedback for you anyway. Just pipe low. Don't take it to the extreme, to the far right. Just be at the middle and talk less about it. Many people don't fancy it, and they are your fans, and that will bring a lot of misconception, or kind of, oh, this guy, I used to rate him like this, but he's beginning to go the other way. No matter how you explain, it's going to be too much explanation. Why? Because what is not it with everybody. Ideologies are good. It depends on who is processing it and who is meant for. If you look at where we're coming from as Africans or as Nigerians or whatever, you could imagine that so many things have happened to our thinking process. So many of those information that you think you hold dearly to, we can't process it the way you are processing it, and we're going to take that judgment against you one way or the other. So I think, for me, I am not a Democrat anyway. I don't even have right to be anything, because I came to the country not quite long ago. So I don't know whatever is going on here. I don't understand. So I can't say I'm this or I'm that. I'm still trying to understand how the process works or how the system works. So holding up to say, or maybe as I came to Nigeria, to America, I would say I want to go and buy stock. Oh, I know about stock. I just look at it and say, man, you guys are very funny. You just came to the country 2-3 years ago. You are buying stock. What do you know about stock in America? Maybe because I was a manager in a stockbroking firm in Nigeria, so I have an idea. The person today is crying now. His stock from 200,000 is now about 40,000 or 20,000. You understand? Because you don't understand the system. You just work with the situation, what people think. So you must understand what is going on here, how it works here. Then you can process. People voted for this guy, massively. But I think it's obvious now that they are all not smiling at all. They are not. Basically, from the feedback I have, even at my workplace that I am now, they are not smiling. All of them are just carrying their head. They can't even discuss it. Why? Because not as if the actions are very radical. The thought process is actually action before thinking. I think that's what is happening here. And you make mistake as a leader. Exactly what we are blaming Jagaban for now. That he will just stand in the podium, subsidy gone. You know what kind of power you have as a president. You don't talk anyhow. You don't talk before you think. You don't even enter the office. You've not understand. Set up a team. Let them review with you. What are the strong points? What are the the hanging fruit that you can pluck? You just start making big statements that have turned you upside down. That is how a leader behaves. You don't talk anyhow. You don't promote an action before the thinking process, before the litigation that will come up at the end of the day. So every of those things we're saying, to me, they're all good. They remove the criminals. It's fine. Yeah, I don't want a criminal to be around me here. You know, no matter who you are, whether you came into through land or through sea or whatever, if you're a criminal, you shouldn't be here. You understand? Those rules are okay, but the medium you're doing it. Obama removed so many now, but it wasn't like this. You don't need to the radicalism or the you want to take it differently. It's not to a leader. It doesn't actually. It's not a strong point for a leader who wants to transform a system. You know, it's just about fight, and you don't win like that most of the time because you are now a president of a system, no longer of a section. You have to leave sectionalism out of leadership when you come on board. Exactly how Jagaban was missing it, that he was beginning to think that he is ruling the people the 8 million that voted for him, not knowing that he's ruling Nigerian. You understand? The same thing this guy is doing now. You know, to me, Trump, I told you before, in Trump's first 4 years, it was all drama. But that was my best year in the system. I don't know why. Probably he gave me my green card. He gave me everything I got to get. And I was fine. You know, but despite his radicalism, he has his good side. But his model of operandum, it's actually very, very judgmental. People don't understand. People won't take it. You have to rule and understand that there are different facets of human beings, different thinking people, different ideology, different people make up a system. And there's a subsystem there, and you must arrange it from that aspect. So by the time you run and you run with fight, you don't make a strong point. You don't win people to your side. Neither will you make more progress, you know, at the end of the day. But that short of it is that we all will be fine at the end of the day. We all will be fine. But if you are here, you have a green card, please don't travel out. Remain in the system, okay?
OBE. Mr. Obe, right?
Hold on. Let me answer him because he called my name, you know, and I want to respond.
Yeah, I think what I will say will now help you to conclude. Okay. Right? Yeah, Mr. Obe, you see, when it comes on, to this idea of a moderator not kind of aligning with an ideology or political side. I think Dr. Damages, everybody on this platform will attest to the fact that Dr. Damages is for the Democrats. That's simple, very clear, right? He doesn't even hide it. But when it comes to KJ, not that I'm trying to speak for KJ, but I've watched him. He tried as much as possible to abstain from identifying with any of these parties. But whenever he speaks, you need not to be told that he's leaning towards Republicans. And I think it's something, as a human being, you don't have to hide it forever. Just like when you're trying to hide fat, it will come out. Pooh, you can't hide it. You can't squeeze it. So that is the nature of the thing, right? So, but when it comes to the issue of Nigerians not thinking well, I agree with you on that wholeheartedly, because we don't really think deep, you know. Now, you agree that it is okay to deport illegal immigrants. That is fine. I'm one person that behaves like Trump when it comes to issue of don't waste my time. Let's get going. Do it fast. So Trump is doing it fast. We all agree that we need to send them out. So let us send them out. Why keeping it? Why prolonging it? Why wasting time? So I don't see anything wrong with that. And for the fact that some of us are here legally, that doesn't mean that if you commit crime, you will not pay for the crime that you commit. If illegal immigrants come here to commit crime, they should pay for it. Simple. There are illegal immigrants in this country that are staying away from crime. They are living fine. Nobody's going after them. Do you understand? So those that are, sir?
If you lead an insurrection against your country, you should pay for it.
I don't know who is doing that.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm trying to follow. I think you are not getting.
No, I don't know who is doing that.
Okay, hold on. You are not getting what Obi said. Obe said. Obe said. Obe. I hope that's the pronunciation. Obe said that when Babati in Nigeria became president,
Yeah.
The first thing that he said is subsidy is gone. Meanwhile, he didn't have a cabinet.
Okay.
Okay? He didn't have a cabinet. He was probably not well informed, even though he had the intention to do that, but he had not looked at all the ramifications of that decision, that policy that he was going to take. So when he now took over, now waiting to see now they get now. So what Obey is saying here, he don't just go out. There's difference between politics and real, real policy. There are two different things. When you are doing politics, you do all those rhetorics and all that. After winning, when you take power, that's the time to rule. You see, so what he is just saying, it's clear to me. Trump has been, saying all kinds of things and all that. Now he's ruling, and now the consequences of all the things, all the policies and all the now is staring him in the face, and it's beginning to show that the man is in real trouble. He doesn't know what he's going to do, and just 3 days, give him 1 month, and you see what's going to happen.
That's my
Can I come in?
I need to
All right,
hold
hold on
on,
1 second.
hold on. Let me
gentlemen.
answer.
Just
Can I come in?
hold on 1
Say
second.
something.
PJ.
When I'm here, I'm not really after anybody. It's not a popularity contest. I've not come to contest with anybody to be popular, so I don't really bother myself whether anybody supports or thinks good of me or not. And when I'm moderating, I try as much as possible not to put myself within the conversation. But when I'm here as a panelist, I can speak as I want to, and I can lean to whichever side I want. Now, having said that, I don't know is there any president of America who didn't sign executive bills, executive orders in his first day in the office? Is there anyone? There's none.
I think it's
All
a normal,
of
it's a
them,
tradition. It's a tradition.
all of them sign. All of them have piles of executive bills that they sign. Those executive fiats help them to start up their government. So if you don't agree with what the man has said, and that's why I said the good thing about America is that you can challenge anybody, you can go to court. And that's one of the things we are trying to learn as Nigerians, not to just accept whatever the president comes to say. When he says subsidy is gone, did anybody go to court?
Nobody
went to court.
Nobody got caught.
The next day, all the prices were inflated, and everybody was running helter-skelter. Nobody ever thought of going to court.
Nobody went to court.
That's what we are saying. That's what we are learning. That's what we should always tell our people.
Is there a court to go there? Is that one a court in that country that you want to go?
Let us go there.
Electricity, can I make a comment, please, if you don't mind?
Andrew, can I come in?
No,
Can I come in?
I mean, listen, Mr. Obe, there is a court. We shouldn't say is there a court. We have to make things happen. Anyway, Adam, I have to hold on. Man of Prestige wanted to say something earlier before. Man of Prestige, go on.
Okay, thank you very much.
Make it brief, please.
AJ, I'm going to start from where Obi stopped. What I'm saying, okay, the difference between you and Dr. Damage, yeah, I mean, even I thought that Dr. Damage hasn't said it. You can tell by his analysis that he's a Democrat or a Democrat-leaning person. So when he tends to analyze it, and he tends to be on the neutral side, but some of the comments he made, you can tell that he's a Democrat-leaning or a Democrat. I don't know, he hasn't told me, but I'm a Democrat, so let me be very factual about that. When it comes to you, other analysis, tend to be on the middle ground. But when it comes to politics, I mean, it's quite obvious, you're a Trump guy. And there's nothing really wrong with that. Even the so-called, hold on, let me finish. Even the so-called media analysis that you listen to, they have their own bias. They have the people they are leaning to. Everybody vote for everybody. There's nothing wrong. But the issue I have with you is not uncertain to who you are, who you support. I don't, just say it. I mean, we are challenging you here, and you are still denying it. But all your analysis pivot toward Trump. So there's nothing wrong with that. So let me continue about what I'm saying. This is to you or some other people who like again. So, again, are you in favor of pardoning the 1500 January 6th riot? Yes or no? I've not finished my commentary. Just say yes or no.
Which riot? The one caused by Democrats?
Okay. You answered the question. So let me go ahead. You already answered the question. Anymore. But anyway, um, all these Nigerians here are thinking that when Trump come in, he's going to favor Africa. You all are in for a rude awakening. Like Obe properly said, he just did exactly the same thing Tinubu did. Subsidy.
What favored Africa? What favored Africa under Biden?
It's my turn. Without going
no, what favored Africa under Biden?
I'm not against some of the policies that he did, like illegal immigration. I'm not against it. But you have to go through the normal process, like the 14th Amendment and all that kind of things. You can't just use executive order to execute some of those things. Those things are properly, those things are wrong. You can't do it that way.
Okay. Let me explain to you, man of prestige. The 14th Amendment had been challenged before. In 1845 or thereabouts, a Chinese man, Kim somebody, had gone to China from here, who was born here, went to China and was about to come back. And when he came back, he was saying, oh, you are no longer a citizen. And he went to the Supreme Court. It was challenged up to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court ruled that once you are born...
Okay. KJ.
Hold on now, don't shout now.
You're saying exactly what I'm saying. Go through the Congress or go through the Supreme Court.
Hold on. The Supreme Court ruled that. And the ruling is in favor of the fact that once you are born here, you are a citizen. So what I'm saying in essence, you see, people will take things out of context and tomorrow you start quoting me differently. What I'm saying in essence is this. Every citizen has the right to challenge any law and take it to the farthest you can. If you feel you have been infringed upon, don't just wait for what the president is saying. Go to court. And that's what we are trying to teach Nigerians.
Well,
go and challenge the system. Even if the court like, let them say.
Hold on.
Turn it upside down.
I'm not a president.
It is already challenging him. But let me finish my submission as a Christian.
Hold on.
So what I said about
I'll give you
all these Africans supporting Trump and everything. I mean, it's your own opinion. Do you know the first thing Trump has done? He has suspended the foreign aid, 3.7 billion that he's giving to,
which aid?
Africans.
Which aid are they giving to Africa? Which aid? Which one?
7 billion foreign aid.
Yeah, which aid now? Who are the beneficiaries?
Mostly Africans.
Where?
You, Nigeria, Egypt, everybody.
You are being deceived. Nobody's giving you any aid.
Don't worry about it. Man of Prestige, don't even waste your time
This is how they lose money. That is how they spend money.
They're good at researching and Twitter gives them
Nobody gives you any aid. Man of Prestige, this is something you need to understand.
Man of Prestige. Something, please. Can I say something?
Can you hold on 1 second? Adama, go ahead, please.
Let me finish.
Go ahead, Man of Prestige. Finish, Dede. Go ahead, Dede.
30 seconds. Go ahead, Man of Prestige.
Okay, so I'm trying to tell you, all of you clamoring for Trump, term. And do you know there's a congressman? Let me get the congressman. You're going to see what happened. This congressman has already advocated for Trump third term to amend, I think, the 22nd Amendment. The congressman in the Congress has advocated for amendment of the 22nd Amendment for Trump to
God bless the congressman.
For the third term. And this is people like sycophants like you, KJ, and all of you are sycophants. This is exactly what that man is doing.
Thank you, man.
So you're going to get what you're doing. I talk about the foreign aid, the withdrawal of WHA, and what other things. The Paris Agreement, the climate change, he has cancelled it, So you're going to see what you'll get. Trump doesn't care about Africa. He doesn't give a damn Africa. Do you know only 2 presidents from Africa in a beauty, Egypt and South Africa? Tinubu said he don't care for you. So you don't have life sometimes. You know what?
Adama, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to put a disclaimer why I'm going to say this. Please, while I'm saying this, please, I don't want anybody to interject me or interrupt me. Please let me doing something. I just want to get out my statement so that everybody. Okay, this is what I have to say. I like that our president is doing his job, our current president, Donald Trump. Now, this is what I want to say for the Africans who supported Donald Trump. If you come across people who are supporting Tulumbu and are against IPOB, leave them alone. They have a right not to support that. They have a right to support the current president of Nigeria, respect him. If they're against IPOB, please leave them alone. Just like they're respecting your rights of you supporting Trump and anything he's doing, leave people alone. You don't have to like it. I am not for IPOB. I'm an Igbo woman, so I'm saying it proudly. So please don't come for me, because if you come for me, I'll give it back to you. So according to our president, T-Pain, so please, maybe you guys need to channel some of that energy you're putting on Trump, on T-Pain, and your people back home who are suffering, guess what? They are all saying Trump is their messiah. You see, when I tell you, people back home are their own problem. Nigerians will never focus on what is their own thing. It's someone else's. They are very nosy. They cannot stay one place and concentrate and say, oh, let's fix this thing. It's always someone else's matter they will carry in their head. But guess what? We're all going to enjoy the ride. 4 years is not going to be too long. Guess what, Trump? Whatever you want to do with America, I am behind you, sir. And guess what? If you want to ban, please put us on the list of Nigeria specifically. Put them on the list of visa banned. Put them, please. Yes, that's what I want to say. Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
You,
I'll just go ahead to say it's never good to compare oranges and apples, but that's all I will say also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
KJ, don't start with me, oh. Don't start with me first and foremost.
Thank you. Oranges and apples. Yes, because it's not, yes. Today, oranges and apples, we can compare them.
All right.
Okay.
Can you?
It's my turn to talk. Can I talk? Can I talk? As a matter of fact, you're supposed to be sleeping.
On this platform.
You're supposed to be sleeping. Can you go and sleep?
Master Prince, hold on now. We have those supporting IPOB, and I'm one. And I hope I should be left alone to support IPOB. I hope I should be left alone to support Trump, not to be gagged for supporting Trump, not to be gagged for being an IPOB.
Why did he run away to Nigeria? Why you not stay here for the inauguration? Why did he run away? Why you don't go Nigeria?
What happened in inauguration day?
Why you run come out? Why you no wait?
No, I'm a traveler. I go anywhere I want to go at any time. You understand?
Okay.
After all this one, you talk about television.
So
you run away.
What I'm saying in essence is comparing Trump and Tinubu doesn't really make sense. Who we should be comparing with Tinubu is actually Biden. Because Biden
Tinubu is better than Trump. Yeah, Tinubu is better than Trump 20 times.
Biden was the one that brought Tinubu, right?
Tinubu was not convicted. Tinubu is not a convicted fellow. Tinubu is 20 times better.
Tinubu doesn't have a 34 felony count by a judge.
I'm the one speaking now. Can I be let to speak without being interrupted? I think that is a sign of civility, right?
So
Biden brought Tinubu, so you should be comparing Tinubu with Biden, not Trump. Trump is a decent guy that was being witch-hunt and label all manner of whatever they want to label him just to put him down, right? So whoever that thinks, hold on now, Tony, can you fight low? Whoever that thinks that Trump is that evil, that is fine. That is your own opinion. I, for one, I will always see Trump as a good guy. Simple. Do you understand? So you can see him as a devil. That is not a problem. But let me assure you, you that are saying or asking what Tinubu or saying that Trump isn't going to do anything for Africans, I want to ask you, what has Obama and Biden done for Africans? What have they done? Nothing. Instead, they were the one plunging us. They were the one cleaning us. Now, again,
are you taking my time or what?
Master Prince, hold on. You are talking about foreign aid. What has been the impact of the foreign aid to the Africans? Who is giving you aid? Don't you know that you have been deceived? Like they take more from you and give peanut to the politicians, and you call that a foreign aid? Who has become? Who is the beneficiary of the foreign aid? What kind of nonsense foreign aid? Do you know how they milk Africa of their resources, mineral resources? Do you know how they milk them? and you think they are giving you aid? Yubo man, white people give you aid for what? They will rather take from you. They are not giving you any aid. I have never benefited from any useless foreign aid. None of my family members has benefited, and you cannot tell us any of your family member that has benefited from any foreign aid on this platform. None. So where is the aid? Who are the beneficiaries? Yubo man being a benefactor. For what? How?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're done now. Now you're okay now, Abi. So first and foremost, for me to come on this platform, I pick a great offense with what Kenneth said in the beginning of his speech. He said, for you not to support Trump, that means you support evil. Kenneth, you are my brother. And if I go hard on you, I swear to God, you will not like it. But let me leave it that way.
No, Mazi, come on, no, bring it on. Something prompted me to use that. No, something prompted me to say that. Something was said that made me to say what I say.
You've had your time.
No, you can say whatever you want to say. That's fine. I'm equal to the task. I'm ready.
You had your time. No, that's why I said you're not gonna sleep tonight. Oh, just be awake. You will not sleep.
I'm still having my jet lag. That is fine. I'm still having my jet lag.
Sure. You're already back. I thought you were still in Nigeria. You can sleep there in Nigeria.
I'm here. I'm in Nigeria.
So why are you having your jet lag?
My village.
Okay. Well, whichever one. Okay. First and foremost, let me say this. Okay. Everyone is free to support who they want to support. Till tomorrow.
Exactly.
Till tomorrow, I will not support Trump.
Exactly.
It goes against my principles. And no matter how he pretends to be a Christian, I'm ashamed of people who actually think he is. He is not. KJ, coming to you. You say you are neither supporting Democrats nor Republicans. So that means you're going against the Bible. You can neither be cold nor warm. So you gotta choose one. And if you're not choosing anyone, you can say that you are an independent. But from what I'm seeing, from what I've known, and the positions you've taken, you are not an independent. So be proud to say you are a Republican, that you support Trump and take it, and nobody is gonna, fire you for that. Kene is known for that. I'm not gonna kill. He's still my brother, but maybe one day I will disown him. The day that his man will do too much, Now for Trump to do look at it, 3 days, and he has already started creating chaos. This is how they're gonna be in and out of court until the tenure finishes. It's a shame. It's a big shame. And later now he will say, because of probably he will now say because of the court, this thing that was why he couldn't govern. Look at what Putin is the one telling him now who to extradite. Putin is now telling him who to extradite, and I'm not gonna be surprised he's gonna make that move to do that. At the end of the day, he is gonna pander to his people. We are all here. It's not assumption. It's not assumption. We are all here. We are all here. We are looking. Don't worry. By the time you come back, the rice, you say you used to buy rice, how much the other time? Is it $50 or $60 that you buy it? Don't worry. This time around, by the time you come back, it will be around $70 or something. Very soon. Just when you come back, or you can. Don't forget to bring some fish from Nigeria. You can bring some fish and some condiments when you come in. Probably I'll branch Maryland and I'll come and take some. I'll definitely branch Maryland.
I would like to thank everyone who have participated in this broadcast. So I'll give you guys 2 to 3 minutes for your closing arguments. Thank you. I'll start with you, Mr. Tony, then Obi, then Mazi Prince, and Kenneth, please. 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
Okay. I just one point I want to make. A judge, Judge John C. Kushner, has just ruled against the executive order by Trump on birthright citizenship, and he has blocked it for 14 days to allow the prosecution to bring his case, and he lambasted the prosecution, saying that that executive order is against the Constitution and it will not gel. So we're going to see more fireworks.
I think the judge is a Republican. I think he was
yes, he's a Republican. Yes,
Ronald Reagan.
Yes, correct. Yes, and Adama, my beautiful sister, asked KJ a question, and the question was, name 3 things that Trump has done wrong. He didn't say anything, but when he spoke, he indirectly agreed by referring to this example that he gave, a Chinese man who went to court because of birthright citizenship thing, and the court ruled in his favor that since he was born in America, he's an American. So I think he answered Adam's question. That's one wrong thing that Trump has done. I stop there.
Thank you. Mr. Obi, the floor is yours. You got 2 minutes, please.
Yes, I basically want to agree with the dynamics of America, as it were. To me, we will be better for it because we're doing the right thing. We do our jobs, we get paid. You can get whatever you want to get in this country. We just take advantage of that. And since this narrative, started feeding back the system, I just felt I started looking back Nigeria again. Started looking back like, okay, it's time for me to go and get another property back home. It just dawned on me that I shouldn't lay all my heads over here, because the rate at which during the Trump election, the rate at which the narrative changed Americans' compass was really shocking to me. Before now, so a character like Trump would not even need a nomination. For him to be elected as president with a wow win, it means something is fishing around. We should just watch our back carefully. If you have anything going on back home, try and arrange home while you're arranging here too. It's just obvious that we visitors, no matter what they think. Tomorrow might come now, they will say if you get your green card or whatever citizenship through visiting, you should start coming back to look at your file. So many things could just happen. So I think we should try and fight for Nigeria. I think that should be our foremost ideology. We must do that narrative that Nigeria, we need to change that system. That system needs to work. We need that real fight to make sure that these bad heads don't keep bringing that country down, because as far as I'm concerned, America, you ever be a big visitor here, no matter how strong you are. Believe you me, it's obvious. Yeah, thank you.
The floor is yours. You have 2 minutes, please. Kennedy, the floor is yours. You got 2 minutes, please.
Okay, so Mr. Tony stated how a judge has kind of blocked Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship. And some of us are seeing that as a good step, which I will disagree with, because the UK, that we all know, stopped birthright citizenship as early as 1980s. And today Trump is trying to do same, but one judge that has coconut head thought that Trump is doing a wrong thing. That is okay. He still has his executive power to exercise. Whether we like it or not on this platform, and I still vividly remember Mr. Tony urging us to allow Tinubu's administration to kind of test run for a while before we begin to judge him, when he made that statement that what they call it, the subsidy is removed, subsidy is gone. But today, just barely 3 days, the same Mr. Tony is here judging Trump's performance within 3 days. I see how good we are in analyzing stuff, but it's okay. People will come out gradually, and we will be able to identify them. Today, we all know that Tony is for Democrats, and there is nothing anyone can convince me otherwise. Now, but okay, Trump still have 4 years to go, and after 4 years, God's willing, his vice is going to win the election and stay 8 years. Like I stated here, Democrats will be far, far, far away from the White House for a very long time, so that we'll be able to fix this country. The country was drilling, the country was going down. We need someone like Trump to revive the country, to revive the economy, to bring senses back to the citizens, because I think so the citizens are, losing it. They are relying on CNN to think for them. They are relying on NBC to think for them. They are relying on Cardi B and all these British to think for them. So we are going back to the right way of living. Thank you.
Thank you. Mazi Prince, you've got 2 minutes, please.
Yeah, I might not even spend up to that 2 minutes. Just like I said before, everyone have every right to support who they want to support. But Kenny, that a judge disagree with something in front of him or her doesn't make her a coconut head. Put some dignity. Put some dignity, for Christ's sake. Put some dignity. Come on now. Must it be something you are for? If another person is against it, then that person becomes evil.
Okay, Mazi
Come on,
Prince,
please.
Mazi Prince, can you hold on 1 second? You come back. KJ, do you want to? You were not here. Do you want to continue with this broadcast? Because I'm closing up. But you want to continue?
No, I don't want to continue. No, I don't want to continue.
Okay, all right. Mazi Prince, you have 1 more minute, please.
So pretty much, my happiness that we are all here. The only thing I will plead with everyone, if you've not done your papers, or if you have 1 or 2 things that you need to straighten up, go and do it. And just don't worry. We'll be fine. As long as you are doing what you are going to do, don't worry about it. It's all rhetorics and all that kind of a thing. And KJ, before I forget, I said you, just like what you just saying this evening, you're saying so that you are neither Republican nor Democrat. But I'm saying, in this case now, election is over. So you gotta be, it's either you're a Republican or you're a Democrat. You don't have to keep hiding, because you already know where you're going to. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's okay. And another thing I want to say, in whatever we do, let us think about Christ. What would Jesus do? That's all I can say. Thank you so much, Electricity. And thank you.
KJ, you got the floor for your closing argument.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Andrew, for this broadcast. I think maybe if I had the strength to argue, I probably would have continued. But just like I don't want further misunderstanding. And I want to say this: why is it difficult for we to accept what somebody says? It's so difficult. Okay, and as you see me, so do anybody tell that I look like somebody who would be afraid of somebody? None of you is paying my house rent here now. And none of you brought me to America. If I want to say I'm a Republican, I will say so. I don't need your permission. If I want to say I'm a Democrat, I will say so. I don't need your permission. But I've stated clearly on where I stand. Can it be accepted that way? I don't want you to analyze and begin to put.
No, it should be one. Pick one. Pick one.
You see my problem. You were talking, I didn't say anything. Now you don't want me to talk. This is the problem with Democrats. They will either attack your personality or they begin to shout and insult you. Please, I have just stated what I stand for, and let it be so. I repeat again, I follow Christ. So anybody who is standing with the policy that look close to that, if I'm analyzing, I will always default to that side. I won't come here and support a person who wants us to become Hindus. I won't do that. I'm not a Hindu. I don't have anything concerning. I won't do that. But coming to the argument we have today, and I thank the electricity for bringing it up. I'm saying, and I still rest on this, there's a lot for us to learn from America. The word of the president should not be fine. It should not be law. If the president pronounces it, let us, even if we don't have enough money to fight, let's bind together and go to court and challenge it. When we challenge the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, Nigerians will wake up. The presidents and the governors will be now scared to just take.
KJ, let me ask a question. I know we're surrounding, or maybe I'll give other people the chance. Why do we fail to challenge things? Why do we fail to challenge?
It's a carryover of the indirect rule. The king is always right. It's a carryover.
Well, the king is not always right now.
But that's what let me tell you, if you studied a little bit of the indirect rule and not, why did the British choose indirect rule? Because once the emir says something, it is so, whether it is wrong or right. So that was carried over, and now we have now come to the place where even those who didn't used to practice indirect rule now accept whatever they look. One of my biggest challenges in Nigeria is that if Tinubu wakes up tomorrow and say they should stop using 200 naira note, even without any law backing it up, it will be obeyed across board.
Nobody will challenge it.
Nobody. The whole country will just line up and follow it. The other day, you and I were on this panel, and I said something that made me fear about Nigeria. One road safety man just came and said, from now on, we'll be using, if you don't have...
fire extinguisher.
Yes. You don't have fire extinguisher. You don't have that thing that... reflectors.
What was the name again? Reflector.
If you don't have reflectors, you will be charged. And then they automatically, their friends and cronies became reflector providers for whole Nigeria. They will even, in fact, when it started early, they will tell you the particular shop to go and buy it.
I remember.
It became law across board, and everybody, they spent millions of naira to do that. When shall we ask the people, is this lawful? Challenge it. And that's why I like America. You cannot stand up tomorrow and say, because you are Donald Trump, you have said this, everybody will go to sleep. No. They will say what you have said is against their constitution, and they are going to court. And they will go to court.
KJ, why is that so? There's a reason why it's so. If you feel that your institutions are not working, if you feel that if you go to police station to make a complaint, then you, the complainant, will now become the one that is in trouble. So if your institutions are not working, why would anybody bother himself to go and be doing that?
Anybody who has gone to American court that got justice for themselves, you think
no, but there's a measure of trust. There's a measure of trust that the system at least
will. That the system have been worked to the point where you can trust it. That if you don't get justice in the lower court, you can go to the appellate court. If it doesn't work, you can go until you get to the 9th circuit. I'll give you an example. Even though Donald Trump was, not liked in New York, but when the case got to the Supreme Court, they threw it out. They didn't say because it's Donald Trump, so we must accept it. They said, no, this is not the law. Okay? So what I'm saying is that we should learn to challenge Nigerians. We should learn to challenge the so-called people in government. If they speak a law that you don't like, let me tell you something. You know that the media was restricted in Nigeria for using the word Fulani terrorist. And they kept quiet. Nobody went to court. Instead, they all banded together to be saying, don't say Fulani, just say headers farmers clash.
X-Men, that's it.
Yes, headers farmers clash. So they used that to deceive the world. Nobody ever went to court to say, no, this shouldn't be so. So we are saying, if there's anything to learn from the American system, that we should learn to challenge the laws. Let there be ruling for it. Thank you so much. That's our end there.
So thank you very much, gentlemen. There's a broadcast coming up. Okay, hold on 1 second. Mr. Ike, you're just joining us and I'm about to close, but I will give you the floor to make to speak briefly. So I'll give you that chance to speak, please. Go ahead, sir. I was just about to round up.
I don't know what is the topic of today. I was just trying to find sleep, and I just saw you people here. What are you people talking about?
We missed you. You would have destroyed the Kene Patapata. You will just missed you. We missed you honestly.
Can I still in Nigeria is back in the US?
I'm actually in Central African Republic where they have constant power supply, not like Nigeria that don't have electricity.
Central African Republic. Central African Republic, my friend. It's only join in the Central African Republic.
You see, it's surprising to know that some African countries that we don't hear their name, they do have electricity.
So that you can continue with.
No, don't leave to me. I just want to add a little bit of something. You see, what we have been discussing here is this. Now, the so-called World Bank and all that have now gone to say Africa is expected to grow so and so. I said, what do we have with that? We already know that Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are doing very well. Do we need you to tell us what they are growing? How many times have you given us the data from Europe and America? So what I'm simply saying that we should get away from this mentality and hold our people accountable. Look at what that young man is doing in Burkina Faso. Within a space of 3 years, look at the factory he has set up. They're no longer carrying a tomato in raw form. They're no longer carrying one other this in raw form. They are already producing electric vehicles just in a space of 2 years. Just in a space of 2 years. And then
I'm sorry, KJ, God bless you. Exactly what it is. Revolution. Exactly what it is.
I mean, look at what that young man is doing.
That guy is wonderful, man. Oh my God.
To import their vehicles. He's using the military vehicle. That's what he's still using to tomorrow. Look at what he's doing in the secondary schools. He has said that he doesn't want any brain to leave Burkina to any other place. So they're putting the best on ground for their
KJ, are you saying we should go military?
Are they hold water for mouth? I'm telling you.
Now you
can move forward.
Gentlemen, I'm tired. I need to KJ doesn't want to continue, doesn't want to moderate, so I'm tired.
Because I'm moderate, I can't comment. I have to hold my distance. So
yeah, you have to. You can't comment.
Let KJ continue. KJ, I guarantee you. We won't put you on the hot seat. We will not put you on the hot seat. No worry. We won't put you on the hot seat. Adama is gone. Adama not here again.
With Dr. David is coming, let us put it in front. There will be serious discussion. So if you can hook up tomorrow, please join.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Tomorrow. Will take a whole wide range of discussions, and we'll all be able to chew from it. But I want us to know that we must, as people in diaspora, learn this system and be able to advise our people accordingly. I think that's the best thing that America can do for people in diaspora. Help us to teach our people how to be able to question authority and demand that what they campaign for, they do it for the people. That's the only way we can go forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, gentlemen, thank you. As we call it a night here, we'll see you again on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year. How are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone again, the panelists, those of you in the comment section that commented, those of you that are giving super chats. Not to forget your super chats. Thank you very much for your special contribution. It's highly appreciated. And hopefully we're gonna see again. It's already Saturday my time here. You guys are still in a Friday, so hopefully we are going to see again early today. Thank you all and have a lovely